into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe,
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, intro started. I just muted the party.
go for it.
Yeah.
Everything's up and running, everything's live. We're rolling the intro right now as we speak. And ready for the beginning to start. in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, for Okay, here we go. Welcome everybody. You just tuned into the intro to the EU Valorant's tryout. My name is Matrix and this is my co-host Lazy Scott, and we will be your host for today's tryouts. I hope you guys are all having a good evening. So this is a monthly event where we have 5 teams battle it out. We have a chance to make it into the EU intro tournament roster. So obviously, you know, the stakes are high, but we're just here really to have a bit of fun and observe the gameplay. You know, each team had a couple of weeks to prepare. I've been training daily, spending several hours a day learning to work together, to create different strategies and make sure they perform as a team. So yeah, today's game, we're going to be watching the first one, which is a green team versus gray team. Obviously, I know a little bit about these guys, but not nearly as much as my good man over here, Lazy Scott. So I'm going to fire it over to him, and then we're going to get this game on the road and see what happens.
So we got green team and gray team, and it's quite interesting what's going to be happening today. They've all had some time to train, and I've watched some of their scrims and the strategies they've come up with. From 1 week of training, they've come up with a lot, and it's going to be amazing what they're going to show that they haven't shown to us already. And I feel like they're going to be very competitive.
It's going to be it's going to be competitive. I think everybody wants a bit of the pie. Everybody wants some action, and they've all showed up today, ready for action. I'm really excited to watch the gameplay. I don't know all of the players, and it's going to be interesting to see how everybody puts themselves together and delivers a good result. So obviously you might know a lot more of these guys than I do. I joined the community yesterday, and I'm glad to be here. So this is going to be a heck of a game, and it's going to be good to see what happens. Obviously, it's it is kind of high stakes for these guys.
Oh yeah, like they're gonna be battling now to be getting into the intro roster. So there's some stakes. There is some stakes.
Well, we'll be adding a bit of pepper sauce on those steaks. But yeah, let's see what happens, guys. So without further ado, when we're ready, we can get the show on the road. We're just waiting for the team referee, Architect, to give us the green light and roll us out into this match. Obviously, we've got attackers and defender. I believe we're going to be flipping a coin to decide who goes first as attack or who goes defense. Is that still going ahead, or?
I think so. Yeah, I've got the 2.2p coin ready
2p coin
to go.
in a dream.
Yeah.
Green team is flat.
Oh my god.
Okay.
All right. I've just messaged the referee for the game to start. He'll give us the green light.
Okay, we're just waiting for the confirmation for the game to go ahead. But yeah, green team, AJ, Ali, Felix, Guile, Pasobi, looking to make some big plays today. Gray team, Sakanai, Hydro, Lorof, Sixi, Rathrin, and Ray. Sorry for the pronunciation there. Leroixi, you're the best. But yeah.
All right, so I'm going to talk to the leaders of both of the rosters, and they're going to choose heads or tails. So, all right, heads or tails, 2 IGLs. Hello? IGLs.
I think just flip for them. It's fine.
Yeah.
And we can just start the map whenever the tournament is ready.
Pardon? All right, I'll go. Right, so Roy's team, we're just gonna be. I forgot. Roy's team will be tails, and Hydro's team will be heads. Heads will be for attacking. Oh, and you started it before. It's fine. The coin toss was in their favor already.
Okay, well that works out nicely. Let's get into this.
Yeah.
All right, this is the time for character selection. Character selection goes out pretty quickly.
Yeah, it seems they know what they're going to go for. That's quite good.
100%. These guys know what they're doing. Obviously, we've had a couple of replacements in some of the teams, so you may see some later picks. There might be a couple of discussions that we're having by the in-game leads, but for the most part, it should be an interesting match. I'm totally looking forward to seeing what happens, getting to know some of these players, looking at their strengths, looking at their weaknesses, and yeah, having a bit of doing a bit of critical analysis, which is something that you and I are absolutely amazing at. So let's crack straight into it.
Yeah.
We've got 32 seconds on the clock. So we've got an interesting pick here. We've got Rathrin going in with the Noman, which is going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Hydro. Got some more of an aggressive duelist play with Reyna, which is going to be interesting to see because obviously he's taking the big spot. He's going in for it first, or he's going to be playing with that. Jet, which is always a good pick.
Select
Sage for the heals.
agent.
And Viper, who I'm a big fan of. And on the other team, we've got Anoma, Sage, Sky.
Referee
now got a Viper as well. Looks like there's been a couple of changes for the But yeah, this is going to be an interesting one.
Well,
We
both
just
of them picked, like what I've noticed is both of them have picked Viper, which is so that's like showing that Viper is quite a strong pick for this map, and both of them have picked Omen, so they're both going for a double controller on this map, which definitely makes sense for the example of the wide angles. Because the map is the way it's laid out is all wide angles. The way it's interesting. It's going to be quite interesting on how to utilize this because I haven't seen them any Breeze matches yet, so this is all new to me as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Breeze is going to be a difficult match. This is actually the first competitive match I have actually watched anybody play on, let alone commentate on. So this is going to be one hell of an interesting showcase. It looks like we've got the defending team kind of putting themselves up on quite a good position here on B. Viper obviously playing as a denial character up on B. This is going to be interesting to see how this pans out, actually. Early picks from the window, maybe. There's only one defending on site. Viper wall goes up straight away.
Taking yours, and they're flashing in. They didn't pop it though.
Looks like they got a bit of intel here. It might be that Viper's actually given some intel here. Whether or not that info is going to be good enough for them to make a good call here is going to be a different situation.
So like, what I'm seeing here, looking at the way they're peeking together. They're not.
Oh, safe. Pedro coming in with the early picks. Double headshots. Trade shot coming through. 3v2. Looking low. Looking pretty good for the attacking team right now with a 2v1. 2v2 actually.
2v2.
Yeah.
But what they're doing is their red team's pulling off, going for a rotate, which it might work in their favor as two of them are on B, so they'll have to play retake by looking at this situation, unless they can recognize the rotate and rotate quick enough to deny it, but that doesn't look like that's the situation at this point.
Oh, I totally agree. I mean, this rotation right now is going through very successfully. They've got complete site control with 30 seconds to go.
And if you look at the characters, both of them have an Omen, which is going to be quite interesting. So it's going to be a lot of like angle blocking, and one of them's got flashes, one of them's don't at the moment because they've got Sky's 10 quarter HP gone. So just on roll to one tap headshot to a classic.
We've got some sheriffs on the go. He finds a little hit there, but doesn't bring down the player. AJ lucky to be alive. AJ with a pick on like 2 HP. The trade goes out. It's a 1v1. Is he gonna fake? This situation right now is so intense. Finds the trade. Has he got time? He got it to half.
Yes, time.
Oh my god, the clutch potential.
That was well played by Jet.
That was pretty calm. Jet played that really well. Really well.
Yeah, really well. So now what are the red team gonna do? What is their plan for this round? Are they going to full eco it? Yeah. Blue team's going to full force on this round, which is a smart play. Guarantees them next round if they play off right. They don't get too cocky, they don't let their egos take over, and then I think they're just going to guarantee themselves another round, playing it safe.
I'm gonna go with, that was actually a pretty good round on both sides. There goes the early pick from Jet straight away, coming in with the hit. The Sheriff doing work with a oh, Sakuni coming in with a nice trade.
That was two picks. That was huge. That was strong mid.
That was some very good play right there.
Yeah. The one thing I'm late at work this round, but I'm not quite fully supportive of, is re-peeking mid after first pick. But that maybe it works. So.
Bit of time going out here, maybe a little bit of hesitation from some of the teams looking for maybe a possible redirection of the team. It's gone down to 3v5, so it's going to be an interesting one.
I think they're looking for a pick at this stage. Going up mid, trying to take it slow, trying to find one guy misplaced, but
Sage could have put a bit of heal on Omen there, really.
One enemy remaining.
She should have saved a little bit.
Spike down mid.
This, I think, flawless. Nice. That was well played from blue team, guaranteeing another round. No picks. Their economy is just going to be strongest out. So now, if you look at economies, Red's going to have to do a lot of catching up. They're going to have to win this round, or they're going to have a very hard time in the next couple of rounds. Because if blue secures another round, it's going to take quite a few rounds to knock down that economy. And looks like Jet's saving for an op at this stage.
Well, it's going to be some interesting plays to come out if an op comes into the hands of Jet. Early doors, that's going to make some big hits.
They're playing Red's playing a default for hopefully trying to get a pick, and as it seems like there's a bit of beef down on hallway mid, and nothing's really big's happening.
Oh, the pick coming through there from the Sage,
yeah,
but it's been traded out.
Blocking sight.
Yeah, well, we're looking a bit hot here. Jet's going to have to start pulling up some big headshots with that Sheriff's going for a save.
Yeah,
she needs this round. She needs the money.
Down to a 2v2.
Reyna coming in with a pick from garage door, whatever this is called, the cave entrance.
The cave. Yeah, it's cave entrance if I'm not mistaken.
Trying to find that second pick with the Phantom. No skins enabled. It's going down. Is this going to bait Jet out? It does. It baits Jet out. She looks at the pick and gets picked. Reyna with the big plays, coming in with a big headshot here. This is going to be pretty important for them. Backing away, using her utility. Viper's got a lot of work to do here all by herself. She's got the Spectre. Just gets a little bit of info. Goes for the spray and finds a pick.
1v1.
She's using her utility really wise.
Yeah.
Going for the bait. Reyna's going to come out.
She's gonna flash. Yep. And she
Reyna
played that
finds
well.
it.
Reyna played that extremely well.
Persobi coming in with the big headshots. That was a nice play.
So
interesting game so far.
But now look at that. Jet's going for the op. So where's she gonna play that? Where's she gonna take that op play? She's gonna take it mid.
Yeah, Jet's coming in with some big plays with this op here. This is an interesting choice. Let's see what this makes some sort of deciding factor.
Oh, but look at that. They're stacking on hallway. She could easily seek a pick here. Ooh, this is gonna be very interesting. Right.
Ooh, just doesn't find that shot. Sky figured that
they're
out.
not re-peeking, yeah. They're not going to re-peek that. Unfortunate for Jet.
Okay, we've got a bit of defense coming in through the cave entrance here. Sage is pushing in aggressively. Entry Fagger. Is this going to work out for her? She goes for the plunge. She's going to get fine pick really easy there, but gets traded out.
Here.
Oh, there goes Jet with the operator. Goes into a 4v2. All of a sudden, it's looking a bit hairy with the op on the ground.
Like, what do you think Viper is going to do in this situation? She's opening the thing, baiting it. But they have info.
Finds a pick. This is a clutchable situation, possibly with a bomb to defuse as well. I don't know. It's a big play. She's getting some picks here, but she's getting traded a little bit.
What she's... Yeah, she's saving the op for Jet, I think.
Yeah, this is a good
smart play.
Oh, she's not saving the op.
She is saving
She's
the
saving
op.
it up now. The op's been saved, ladies and gentlemen. People of the world.
If she drops it again, I'm gonna cry.
Oh god, please don't drop the op. Give the op back to... Okay, she looks like she might not be giving the op back to Jet. Jet's probably said, you know what, you keep the op. I'm gonna go for something else. Let's go back to Jet, see what she's saying. She's got a knife out. She's milling the wall. Going for the warm-up plays. I feel like Ray's kind of maybe a bit upset with himself for missing that early pick with the op and then getting taken out from a long angle from garage.
Like, looking at the statistics, I'm finding it's quite interesting that both Reynas are very strong entry fraggers. Like, if you look at them, both of them Both of them are high in both the top leaderboards of teams, and
Spike
Viper just
down
found a
B.
pick on window. She's holding.
There we
shooting.
go. That up right there in the hands of the capable operator is doing some work.
Yeah, and Jet's popped the out. I wonder what she's going to do with this. I'm
Looking
actually
for a
quite
second
interested.
pick. Yeah, but Jet's not got it. It's Leroxify's got the up now. Jet decided not to take the up in that situation, but we got Sky peeking on about 20 HP with the bomb pushing this angle here.
And she that push just costed them an trade.
I've got your trail.
That's well. Persobi seems to be like dominating as Raid. Like nobody really entering her. Just pushing her off the field.
Oh, doesn't find the pick. Gets picked. Oh,
30
they're switching
seconds
straight
left.
through middle. Now, this is the interesting thing with this map, is you got so much breathing space. I mean, they're just running through the middle of the map right now, and a big retake
And
is going to be needed.
the characters they picked, that Omen and Viper, really reinforces that breathing space, because that large range of utility for blocking off angles can really push that playstyle to work for the best.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, Viper actually, in my opinion, recently, she's one of the most valuable players. If you play around her really well, she can deliver some exceptional opportunities.
Yeah, Sky's not going to repeat that. Oh, never mind.
Last
Omen's going for
player
a
standing.
TP. Gets picked.
Gonna save the up, looks for a pick, gets a pick,
Yeah,
maybe
gets
destroy a
picked.
bit of economy.
Yep.
Drops down here. Ooh, this could be a pick here.
No.
Loses
That was
the
a
up.
bad play off Viper. Unfortunate.
Viper probably could have held on up there. I'm not actually sure what the blast radius
I
is
mean,
there.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh,
You're gonna hold up
That's
there.
an interesting one. They've just picked up the up off the defending team, which is a huge play. So that's going to save them a bit of economy there. Sage is going to go up. She's 0-5 at the moment. Her economy's low. They've given her the up.
The thing is, I'm quite excited and intrigued to see is the red team on defense, because if you look at their team comp, they have a very defensive selection. They're the only ones
Here.
that Sentinel. Oh no, the other team. Okay, I'm just chatting shit. Rubbish at this point.
Watching
Yeah,
here.
well, you know, sometimes you never know.
Sometimes I don't play. But one team has a 2 duelists, one team has a Sentinel. In this year, I'm so tired today. My God.
You're good, you got this. Okay, so we've got holding a long angle through here with Whamma Kabam. It's a big name here. Looking for that info. Viper pit going out, blocking all that intel. God, what do they do now? That info's going out. Are they starting to... Let's try and get a third-party perspective of what's actually happening on this particular situation. Viper is denying all info here and making the attacking team draw question marks all over the defending team's position. And trying to look for that info, maybe push the middle push. Hydro coming in with the middle play, but gets picked. Hydro, that is gonna...
They're going for a fast A rotate, which is definitely the play, since they got to pick off a guy rotating off A, which heavily indicates that A is being left clear. But Jet heavily rotates really quickly to counter this, but is wondering if she can hold this off or
30
maybe get a
seconds
pick
left.
or two. But she fails to get a pick. That's now a
Spike
5v3.
planted.
4v3 by Saikunai gets a solid pick. She's peeking alone. No one to trade her. Quite a dangerous play too. And then gets picked off by Omen.
Killed.
There we go, Viper using a little bit of a utility to block off some info. Do they find the Reyna? They find the Reyna in the corner. Omen coming in with the plays, looking to cover for the defuse. 2v2 now. Sage
enemy
pushes out.
remaining.
She gets picked. They go for the plant. One's going to have to commit. Omen looking for the trade.
Last player
Has to
standing.
deny. Sage with the big plays. Gets it halfway. Does she make the clutch?
Unfortunately not. Like, in all honesty, I feel like the playing ground's even here. Like, both teams are playing remarkably well. They're just... It's really interesting to watch, in my opinion.
That was one of the most intense situations I've seen in a competitive match on here in a while. I mean, like I say, I haven't seen any of the competitive gameplay for this map, so this is all new, but that was a clutchable situation. Maybe there was a little bit delay on the communication, reaction time on the communication might have been a little bit delayed, which kind of cost them that, because I felt like there was probably about a third of a second left in that to get that defuse down.
So the Hydro's identified that they're all pushing A main. So now that's indicated for blue team to rotate.
Hydro opened himself on A main. Doesn't find the pick.
Yeah, this is now another 5v3 situation. It seems like red team kind of realized that they're weaker on A. Their A site hold's a lot weaker than their B, so they're going to push this for a couple more rounds.
Not looking good. The defending team are again a little bit taken by surprise here. That's a beautiful headshot coming in with the Sheriff. This must be a little bit of an eco round, switching round to the good old headshot cannon.
Get out of my way.
Unfortunately not finding the clutch there. Even if she had found the picks, I think they played enough time to not give them any kind of opportunity to retake that site.
Time and the angles they're playing were just they're just such well placed angles, you know. They could easily peek and trade. It'd be very difficult to retake, in my opinion.
It's a very difficult map to play, and I'm kind of glad that I'm watching this kind of gameplay with, you know, two quality teams, because you've got a very big map here. There's a lot of rotation potential, and trying to lock it all down as a defending team is pretty damn hard, so...
What looks to things is that blue team is starting to adopt a bit more of a passive play. Like from the first couple rounds, you know, you're seeing Jet peek a lot on mid, and now they're not peeking mid a lot much now, and giving red team mid control.
Sage has got a bit of info on the long corridor down here through the canal. Finds the double headshot. Sage is popping off. Looking for a third, gets traded.
Spike down mid.
Down to a 3v2, one on each side.
Sage could have maybe backed away there, being a little bit more passive, used their utility to heal their teammates.
Kill my ally.
Got her
Oh,
5.
there you go.
She wasn't peaked, so it's now down to up to 3v3. Oh, this match is going to be quite interesting.
I like the way they're holding mid here, looking for info, looking for picks, and then deciding which way to rotate. I feel like this is something that they've thought about, holding mid, holding the peaks, and then holding the rotation back to side, which is what I feel is happening right now on the attacking team.
Omen just got
find him.
spotted in a one-way and gets picked off. That one-way is quite good.
One enemy remaining. Last player
The
standing.
Roxify hiding like a snake in the shadows. Comes in with the clutch play with a 3K. No one saw him coming at all. I'm not gonna lie. I saw him in the background there. I didn't say anything. I didn't think he'd be pivotal, but yeah, what a play by Roxify coming in again. Top frag, 12 kills, 4 deaths. Right place, right time, picking them off one by one.
I feel like the big... It's just hard to judge because their top fragger is Viper, so... But I can't really say if that's the difference between the Vipers. It's really hard to judge this, like, because you haven't seen the other team in defense, and I feel like the other team will be just as strong in the defense, or maybe even weaker. It's really hard to judge, like, predict this, this is what I'm finding quite enjoyable. I like how unpredictable this is being at this time.
3v5 is really just still hanging in the balance. There's not really much in it between the two teams now. Coming through the garage door, Roxify looking to hold his angles here. Starts getting a bit of info, puts out some of his poison goo on the ground there. Slow him down a little bit. Could use ult to continue to slow them down. I bet he would be popping that right now if he knew how many people would at that door.
I've got your trail.
Awesome this push. Well, they're on site now. Roxify has probably not got a lot of time here, but he's still playing like a snake, like a good Viper that he is. Looking for that info. finds another one through the
Last player
smoke.
standing.
Gone down to 2v1 blocks by questioning. Oh, he just gets pre-fired. I'm not even gonna lie, that ended so quickly I couldn't even keep up with all the deaths that were coming out of that game.
That was a major cluster.
That was such a cluster, right? That Viper Nest, that did some work. I mean, this duel seems to be pretty pivotal, even if you push it pretty hard. I feel like this is a big weakness right now for the defending team.
Yeah, like, it's just there's so much things being combined. There's so many factors included, like the fact that it's a new map, the fact that they only had 1.5 weeks to practice for this new map. It's insane, and they're doing so well. The strategies they come up with in just a week and a half is insane, and the team play, team bonding. Like again, you have to keep considering. People have only been playing for a week and a half, and every time I think about that, that just drives me insane.
Why Pillar of Foxify again? Finding that.
One enemy remaining.
Oh wow. Guile just coming in with the headshot sprays with the Phantom. Beautiful work there. Covering his team as they go for the plant from behind. Reyna's still there.
Down B.
Clutches it out for his team. Pretty impressive work right there from Guile. Gotta hand it to the kid. He went in there and locked it down. Coming in a second top frag. 11 kills, 7 deaths. Looking pretty calm. It's a good stack actually. They rotated it, they emphasized that push through the garage door, and now they went for the rotation. They're going kind of now for a double re-rotation back down this way, which is kind of interesting to see because it's kind of like a double bluff. I would say go the other way, but
I feel like in this map, it's about being snappy because since the size of this map and how long the rotations are, if you're fast enough, you can easily cut off the rotators and get control of sight and just lock that down and make it a really hard retake. And I feel like that's one of the key reasons why both teams have picked 2 controllers. What's going on?
Rathrin coming in after a very messy gunfight to bring the game to a 4v2 here. Just keeping his head, not trying to do too much. Rodroy just doing a bit of work here, holding that rotation here.
Last player standing.
Side, looking for that info. Doesn't know that Viper's behind again.
Maybe the end of him, and that's it. Laroxify is just insane. Like the way he plays is just perfect.
Last
Viper
round
is
before
the
the
perfect
switch.
character for this guy.
I totally agree with that. I mean, the character in itself, the utility, obviously he's fragging as well, which is good, giving his team a chance. I mean, at the moment, it's an interesting one. I mean, they're not on the winning side right now, but to be honest with you, you take the defenses on this map, considering how big it is and how big the rotation potential is, and I feel like maybe the attacking team aren't utilizing that potential as much.
But I understand why they're not doing it because of the it's because they're quite successful in the site control, so they usually win the initial push and the rush. So what's the point in rotating? You get what I mean?
Indeed. I mean, there's a lot of things that run through your mind when you're on a big map like this.
Exactly. And you have to bear in mind, we're seeing all them, but they can't see each other, you know?
Oh, I'll totally take that into account.
And it's just quite interesting what Hydro's doing. Trying to make a play, trying to get a one tap, trying to get a pick for his team to rotate with. And now
Just found a
that's...
pick.
Yeah, now that's just red down to 3 members and blue on 5. And that's another pick for the smoke by Sakunai. Reyna's pushing up. You got the reload. You got the info. Flash.
One enemy
Unfortunately
remaining.
Gets taken out by
Spike
Sky.
down
Sky's
A.
along no HP and Sakunai gets him.
Well, it's a very good play by Sakunai again,
Your juice switching
representing
sides.
the Sage fans out there. There's nothing better than playing as a Sage and getting some frags. Must be feeling pretty good right now, coming in the second top.
What I'm finding quite interesting is that in the any red team at the moment. It's the two support characters that are carrying the entry fraggers, but that might change during the attack, of course. I want to see how the entry fraggers are going to work because I haven't seen much action from them in all honesty, and I want to see how they play. And I feel like attacking side will bring out the best in those the two entry fraggers.
Yeah, definitely. But in the same coin, the attacking team right now with Ray coming in as a duelist with Jet, not looking so good, not looking bad, looking E-level KD.
Yeah, but he's got a frenzy, which is quite interesting. I wonder what he'll do with that. What will he do? Like, where will he dash? How is he going to enter as a Jet?
Oh, I'm nearly finding a pick there with a 3-5 through the Viper wall. Ray just knows. Saikunai coming in with the headshot. Oh, an eco round that's going very well so far. Oh, the pick. Viper having a little bit of a tangle over there. It's been to a 3v3.
Hydro in the
Return
back.
to dust. One enemy remaining.
Looking for the Whammacabam headshots coming through. Oh, this is looking juicy. Whammacabam is absolutely slapping it right now.
I feel like this is my favorite guy already. I just want to keep saying his name there. Whammacabam! It's another headshot.
Weapon here.
Tournament ready. Oh, that was good. I'm not gonna lie, Whammacabam for me right now in that situation, playing as a Sage, coming in with the headshots, looking clean, looking controlled, under control. Nice, smooth movement. Headshots were pretty fluid there, flowing in. I gotta say, right now, both teams are actually playing really well. I don't think it's been a one-sided affair here at all. It's really too early to say. Last game in the round.
Barrier created.
Whammacabam coming in with some sneaky strats here with the Sage. We'll love to see it. Not quite sure what's happening on the global perspective right now. It's very spread out. Very spread out right now. You got Spike. We're going through middle. Oh, AJB MT with a very nice clean Marshall kill.
Persobe getting another pick. So that's now down to 5v3. Quite interesting.
Yeah, AJB, that was a good pick right there to start the account going, but it has gone down to
Healing over here.
2v5 already, so it's not looking
One
too
enemy
good right
remaining. Spike down mid.
now. And that's
Flawless.
the game.
That was another flawless round. That's 2 flawless rounds already. And now that's red team going for a full buy, and that's blue. That's blue team going for a bonus with their equipment. So it's now. I'm wondering how this will go, because if blue team wins, it's going to be insane.
Yeah, so this is green versus gray right now, but I don't even know which one is which.
Yeah, I keep forgetting. It's easier to like just say what's on the screen in my opinion.
AJ coming in with another kill. He gets traded out. Roxify pushing on site. Going for the plant and cleverly placing his utility right next to the bomb to deny any kind of defuse. He's going to fall back straight back into the cave with Joy. This is the thing. This is the potential that Viper brings to any kind of team.
I'm looking at like I'm wondering what Omen's going to do with this. He has no info. He's pushing in blind, which is quite scary.
Find a pick. But there's no way he's clutching this. Even if he gets the clutch, this is what the potential.
Oh, rave that one tap. Oh.
Stealing the kill of Viper there, realistically. I mean, that Viper trap is... You're not getting through that.
Come on, Whammacabam. Just get more kills, please.
Whammacabam looking pretty good. Roxify coming. Is a joint top frag, 16 and 8. Persobe is actually also looking pretty strong. Coming in with a Reyna, which you would expect for a duelist, but for as a Viper, I mean that's pretty good going. I mean,
and as I was saying about the attacking side that will bring the most out of the duelist, you see in Hydro, he's just climbed from the bottom to the top really quickly. So you're seeing that he is really doing his role as an entry fragger by just looking at the scoreboard, you know. It's quite good.
Not a lot of info happening on this side of the map. Let's have a look. Looks like an aggressive push onto site, and it looks like they've got full control. Frags going out, refrag, but there's only Sage, and they got a full team push here.
Yeah, that's a 4v3 retake. I feel like this is gonna be quite a hard situation to pull from for the attacking team.
Sage getting found, trying to get into position to
One
plant.
enemy remaining.
Oh, that's a
It's
big pick.
1v3. Yeah. Unless Ray can do something amazing here, I think it's round and there is AJ picking them off. Well played. Well played.
Yeah. Well, I gotta hand it to AJ there. He read that one pretty well.
Exactly. And I feel like that's what's the powerful thing about Skye is in these situations where she can farm info and push that info immediately. So it isn't like Sova where he can fire his arrow, get the info, and then work around that info. Skye is like information and just full aggression towards that, and I feel like he's utilizing that ability amazingly.
Wipe the wall going up here by Not Roy. Great utility. Going to be pretty useless on this side of the map though, with the push coming in pretty heavy from the other side.
Stealing sight.
Get
Get out of my way.
Let's switch over to Jet, who's got a utility out, ready to frag. This is all about the entry frag potential coming in from Jet.
There, AJ's just got all that info of his ult, so you see that blue team, defending team. This is the defending team's coming in for a rotate. But then that leaves no one on B, so if the attacking team can read this and rotate, that's free B site, and there it is.
There it is. You called it. You hit the nail on the head. That is exactly what it looks like is happening right now. Might have been a classic bait and switch.
But look at the defending team. They've kind of recognized that they've pulled off it, so they're pulling back. So I feel like I have no idea actually how this is gonna go. And there is pick for attacking team. But then Reyna's pushing up alone though, so if he gets picked off, there's no trade gonna be, and then it's gonna be down to 4v4.
Hydro kind of find this next one.
Gets another one.
Holy moly, Hydro.
And he gets traded off by Prosobe.
But Prosobe. All Prosobe's coming in with those frags as well, but this is going to be a big clutch even for Prosobe's standards.
Last player standing.
But 1v4 and it's over for Prosobe. The Hydro played that extremely well. He got free pick for his team and allowed them to push in the site with no contention at all.
I kind of feel a little bit like watching that. Prosobe wasn't really given as much information as he could have been given to actually be more aggressive. Yeah. He was still in two minds about a possible, push on that site, on A. And I don't necessarily think that that's a bad play, but I think with the rotation potential in this map, information is everything. If your team is saying we've got some guys here, you got 30 seconds less on the clock, you got to be committing. You just got to put all your chips on the table. Roxify pushing in. Rathrin coming in with the clutch.
The attacking team's got I don't know what they're going to do. They seem to push on A, and A is clear.
Rathrin finding another one and holding a really good angle in middle here. Might even find another player. Very unlucky. Taken out by the Spectre, which is a good kill by Guile.
Right now it's a 4v3 for the attacking team. The defending team's going to have to retake this, but they have to retake into a Viper ult, which is quite dangerous and very difficult to manage. 3v3 now.
This is an important round. 7v10.
I wonder how they're going to do this. So you see Notroy is going to come in next to Lear 5. He might get to pick him off. He's right behind him. And he gets off the sheriff. And the red team. Ray. Christ's sake. Calm down.
Ray playing really well there. That's what you want from your entry fragger.
Yeah. So it looks like they're going to go push B. Just wondering if they're going to do it fast. Because if you're looking at the majority of their teams on A now, they're starting to stack on A. So if attacking team recognizes this is going to be an easy take, and then the defending team will have to play a retake with one man down if they push it correctly.
It's going to be an interesting play what happens here. I'm thinking that Ray's probably going to be going in for a little bit of info with a jump. Nice little play there, but you're not going to find anything through the Viper wall. In fact, she's actually spamming info, which is probably going to cause a retake for the defending team to rotate back this way. There's so much noise coming out here. This is... No way she's not going to use her Viper pick.
Hydro gets picked. Now it's a 4v3. Attackers on disadvantage here. Wonder what they're going to do. They're going to probably play safe. Just seek a pick.
Spike down
What a
B.
play from Viper there. Playing around her out. She gets picked off by Rock.
Roxify just knows. Coming in with some really good pre-fires. Okay, these Viper walls are doing a lot of work right now. Giving the attacking team an opportunity to actually get this plant down, evading the plant. Jet playing some clever plays right now, looking for
One
the most
enemy
information they
remaining.
can find. Fortunately, get a pick there.
One enemy remaining.
This is
30
beautiful.
seconds left.
Oh, Ray nearly coming in with a massive clutch. Guile coming in with a solid plays as usual. He's been coming in with some good plays, Guile. Like, underrated as you'd expect from an Omen, you know, in the shadows, a bit of a dark horse. Unexpected plays coming through, delivering really good results at the end of the day. Guile, second top frag, 17 kills, 12 deaths. That's some good numbers right there.
So, the defending team, they need only 2 more rounds and they've secured the win. But it's hard to judge because it's just it's really interesting how this is going.
Wamaka Bam coming in with a stinky judge angle here. This is some dirty gameplay right here.
I believe in this. If Wamaka Bam clutches this, I am going to be so...
Yeah, let's see what happens here. Wamaka Bam could get an easy 3k here. Do the attacking team have any idea where she is? Are they looking for info? Jet's looking for info. Jet's not cleaning the angle.
And Wamaka Bam uses his point.
Laroxify does find a very good angle there though. AimLab's training probably working.
You can really see that the attacking team practice this. You can see that they push in, they're all on the same page. The walls are going up, they're pushing the walls, they know what's happening around them, and it's insane to see. You can definitely see who's practiced their attacks more than the other.
He's coming in with some very good revives here. Oh, it's so messy. I don't know what's going on right now in this game. Rathrin again coming in when you need it. Rathrin with the big headshot plays to close the game out. 9-11. It is getting intense on the battlefield right now.
Yeah,
both teams must be feeling the pressure.
Exactly. I was about to say, like, the pressure on these, so, like, you know, like, blue team, they don't have room for an eco, and look at it, they're on the eco now. So they're making the decision of going for an eco, so they're not going to get too greedy for those extra rounds. They're going to play it safe, let them have, hopefully, try get an eco, get a couple of eco frags, but hopefully try come back the next couple of rounds after that with some money.
Yeah.
But, and you see Laroxify lurking back here. Quite interesting.
Early mid control taken by Rathrin. He's looking for the angle. He believes, he knows, he's thinking that there might be someone there. Not quite sure though. Holding a good angle through the double door here. Oh, we got a little Pasope shotgun play. This is an eco. This is a nice strat. I like it.
So, Rathrin's going down that off angle. He sees Guile, but Guile doesn't repeat it. Smart.
AJ coming in with a very nice pick action through the middle with the sheriff.
Blinded.
Bringing it to a 4v4. It's a pretty clean kill. Looking for the long angle. They should have held that maybe. Bye. Oh,
Laroxify gets dinged.
Wow, he gets dinged hard.
He gets healed by Sage. That'll bring him up to about giving a bit of his HP back, enough to take an extra round. He's now going to set up for a post plant, I think.
This retake was very good. Laroxify maybe, possibly MVP fragger, but also playing very solidly here.
Yeah.
See what's going on the battlefield.
And Guile gets a pick on Ray. That is huge for the defending team. So I think there's gonna be a little bit of Viper lineup here. Look at that. Oh, and he gets a pick.
One enemy remaining.
So are they gonna be
Last
Justify
player
potential
standing.
right now coming in.
Oh,
And that-
Laroxify, my man.
That is exactly why Viper is such a powerful player. You're in the game when you don't even need to be there. Using a utility to perfection there. And that is exactly where I feel the attacking team have, right now, that situation, that clutch right there by Laroxify, for me, is just exactly why Viper is such an amazing player and why a utility is so important in every single match.
And it's such a close game. I'm loving this, man.
This is an amazing game. This is a really high stakes game. Both these teams want this bad.
And then Viper has this lineup with her smoke. And I really like that. You smoke soft. No.
Oh, the early picks coming in. So finding some.
And Ray gets a pick on Waka. Bam! And he gets another one in Persobe.
Oh, nice play by
freebie.
Ray.
Yeah.
It's a big pick on big pick on
He's getting
Laroxify there.
in the Viper smoke. Guile peeking. AJ trying to get a bit of a flank, but Ray is holding it.
Ray is low though,
So
and
think yeah. It's really if AJ like expects it, and he does. He gets Ray, he ults. And he flashes well, doesn't detect anything.
One enemy remaining.
Might be a successful retake. And he gets like kunai with a crossfire.
did they buy enough time to get this defuse clutch?
Yeah. And he gets it. Whoa.
What a clutch play. What a retake. Oh, that was absolutely fantastic to watch. I'm not even gonna lie, I really enjoyed that.
What I'm more wondering about is what was Roy doing there? I
That's
wonder
a
what
pressure
lineup
play.
that was.
That was a
What
pressure play from the
lineup?
defending team. Sometimes you get into a rut where you just can't defend, and I think this has just given them enough defense. I mean, they came off the back of an eco round, which they didn't take. They did actually pretty well on that eco round, and now they've come back into this and actually got a bit of money in the bank, reclaimed it, done exactly what they needed to do to actually give themselves a chance of closing out this match.
Reference spamming through a little bit, but he's not going to get anything. You see that the playstyle of the defending teams changed a lot. They're like adapting to the way the attacking team plays, and I love to see it. I love to see a team adapt to their opponent, and then that really shows the skill of a team
Watching this
being able to
spot.
work around what they're getting put up with. And then Laroxify gets a pick on AJ on mid, and they're pushing it. They're going to push to B. But what's Roy gonna do? What's he looking for? He's trying to get a pick, and Laroxify gets him as well. So now it's a 5v2. This is looking very grim for the defending team.
This is exactly what the attacking team reading right now.
Light planted.
And Laroxify is
Here.
waiting tough to rotate, and Wama
One
is not
enemy
expecting
remaining.
it, and Laroxify gets it.
Guile
Now
coming
I'll
in.
find the Guile. What's he
Let's see
gonna
what he's got. Has he got the clutch potential you need to be on the roster? That's the question.
looking close? Flashing left, it's not right, and the Hydro getting a shot through the smoke. And you see, if you actually look carefully, you see that Laroxify hit a molly right on top of him. He was forced into that situation, and they just spammed him with crossfire. That was really well played by the attacking team there.
That was incredibly well played. And when you're up against that amount of pressure, that is what I mean. Is can you handle the pressure? And that's kind of a lot of what these tournaments tell us about what kind of players we have, what kind of pressure they can handle, and whether they can actually deliver the goods or not. 1v3 situations at this level, very difficult, but you never know. I've got a little aggressive mid take here. I'm interested to see what Hydro comes in with. Peroxify does take some aggressive angles straight through the mid, and I do like this aggressive mid approach here, but how do they use this information to their advantage? That's going to be the critical situation here. AJ coming in with the pick on the mid.
Heal up, squad.
This is
But
a
the thing is,
clever play.
if attacking team identifies this and pushes B hard, that is going to be devastating for the defending team. and that might
way-
turn
You
into
Will
a
not kill
tiebreaker.
my allies.
And Laroxify
Roxify.
getting a pick on Whamma Kabam, covering the radar, and Laroxify getting not Roy. Whew. That means the defending team's at disadvantage here. I'm seeing this coming into a tiebreaker here. And
This
then
could go to
Persobe
overtime.
gets a pick on Hydro. Dismisses for info. Sees nothing. AJ still
Persobe.
holding. And the spike plants.
Cutting their vision.
AJ kind of
planted.
holding a bit of a pointless angle right now. Needs to get back into the gunfight. Starts
And
moving
you
a bit
see
quicker.
that this is another post-plant situation where Laroxify is on the hold over lineups. I feel like this is going to be a very difficult retake. Even if they kill everyone, there's still Laroxify way back there with lineups. But I feel like
Knocked him.
AJ gets Ray.
Info doesn't go
Last
out.
player
Roxify's
standing.
holding some very strange angle right now. He could get an
All
easy
the
pick
defending-
right
And
Nah.
Laroxify gets him, and it's going into tiebreakers.
Oh, the intensity is real,
Switching
boys.
sides.
Girls.
Overtime.
I'm not gonna lie, watching this right now is... I think
I
they
need-
need to take
I
a little
need a
break. I need
contact.
water. There's no pause.
Yeah, there's no
Okay.
pauses allowed.
Okay. Well, Whamma Kabam's okay with the no break situation. Persobe coming in with the
Talk
protestations.
to the ref. That's what I'm gonna say. Talk to the ref.
Yeah.
Don't ask us. We're just here to talk.
Okay. Ref, where you? I'm not gonna lie, there could be a potential for a little break here. I mean, I think it's been
Yeah.
pretty intense so
It's
far. I
been
mean,
intense. I'll talk. I'll talk to the ref. Talk to the ref after this round.
we have been live for nearly an hour right now, so
It
halftime break
has
would
been.
be.
But we'll see. I think the match is pretty close. I don't really want to see it stop here. I feel like it'll be unfair for the other team. They're all warmed up. So in all fairness, it's a mixed opinion on it.
Cover going out.
I personally say we'll keep the match going. Rules stated it, and really, it's unfair for the team that's going against.
Okay, so we got a bit of a cluster situation coming out of the cave. A lot of utility going out. Guile has got a really good angle here. Oh, Guile might actually be able to get some good picks. He's sneaking around the back over there.
Yeah,
Whamma Kabam finding a big headshot there. Laroxify 2v.
2v3, and I think if they get a spike down, and
Last player standing. Spike
so it's
down
now
A.
up to Ray to clutch a 1v2.
Laroxify's tracking potential right
And
now.
Whamma Kabam gets him with a 3k.
Yeah,
There
Whamma
we go,
Kabam.
Whamma Kabam. Let's go.
Switching sides. Match point.
There's definitely something to be said for a Sage that can frag. That's always useful. I mean, obviously you got two Sages, one on the attack, one on defense, either team. Saikunai actually, to be honest with you, has actually done very well this game too. So, you know, Sage versus Sage, they both look in level playing field.
So, what's quite interesting is the defending team's now going for a bit of a B stack, but the problem is the attacking team is defaulting. This could be devastating for the defending team on this decision.
Healing.
And then the attacking team gets a pick on A, and but what are they going to do with that pick? Are they going to push on A? They're just keeping their mid control. But that's people rotating off B. So looks like they're going for a B push.
Hydro's looking for some information
Guile.
here. Does he see? He does.
Spotted and Hydro gets him.
Hydro's doing really well here with this
Stealing
push. Whamma Kabam just trying to hold this
Roy's-
angle.
Roy's rotating back to B, they're keeping the B control, but attacking team's going A. They're all rotating B, and the attacking team's rotating A. This is looking like a 3v4 retake for the defending team.
An interesting play, an interesting situation. I'm not quite sure how this is going to pan out. I think they've got the advantage, the defending team.
If you look at his
in numbers.
Laroxify's position, because look, one of them is going to come. There's only one coming from CT. Laroxify gets this pick. It is game over for the defending team for this round. And Roy doesn't suspect it. and he gets picked.
The Roxify with the big play there.
And the other two defenders are on the flank, and Ray's there to pick. Gets picked off by Wamakabam. And it's 2v3.
One enemy remaining.
AJ called his knife out. Wamakabam 3k and Sai Kunai. with Sage
Right
on
place,
Sage.
right time.
Last
Sage on
player
Sage action
standing.
here.
Overtime.
And we're
Switching
back
sides.
to another tie. Oh my god.
This is an interesting game in so many different ways.
Yeah. Like it's 27 rounds. I was not expecting for this game to be this long. When I came in here, I wasn't expecting. I was expecting one team to dominate the other, but this is so even, it's insane.
Economy, not really a factor right now.
Yeah,
But-
it's all about skill. It's all about skill and team play now.
Nice little hold here by Ray, holding mid. I get down to the nitty gritty and
Poison orb emitting.
Moxify got some good info here. Popping the orb. No info. It's very quiet so far. Have a look at this. Kunai coming in with the pick. Sage denying Ray.
There.
Just watching this gameplay with bated breath. This is very intense right now. Ray
Spike
finding another
down
one.
mid.
That's 2 frags for Ray in a very, very intense situation.
Wamakabam picking up Hydro. Wamakabam is
seconds
popping
left.
off in this late game.
It sure is. He's holding it down. He's doing everything. He's planting. He's fragging. He's moving in.
My ultimate is ready.
He has an ultimate, so if he finds a revive, that's gonna change the round.
Finding the revive.
And you see the Reyna
Your duty
secured
is not
this revive for Roy.
Finds the revive. It does Viper get refragged.
Lorxfy holding mid,
Last
but he's
player
holding it for
standing.
nothing because Sobe gets him. So now it's back to Ray with 10 HP, gets a
Needs to
pick,
commit.
and he gets traded out by Wamakabam with another free kick.
Wamakabam is just going in, man. The
Switching
energy, the
sides.
vibe is flowing.
Match point.
Wow, I gotta say, so far so good for both sides. I mean, this is an evenly contested match right here.
Usually, I feel like this is going to be ending rounds because usually it's the defending team here that they usually win. This AJ and all that, they win usually these rounds. So I feel like this might be the round. So we'll have to see.
It's a pretty heavy
The
stack
attacking
going.
team going for yeah, they're pushing an elbow.
This is what I
and
don't
they
get. Ray
might-
does this quite often. She makes a couple of pre-fires here, gives away a lot of info. I mean, if this is a bait and switch, I get it, but if it's not, then why do that?
It's also for that odd chance of getting a pick, keeping the pressure on the enemy, because that's very important in Valorant. And it's not like CS where if you shoot through the smoke, you can. They've got 2 controllers in each team. They
Careful.
can re-smoke that and keep that pressure. You know, they have the
Serious.
ability to work around that.
Sobe
And
just
now,
finding all the picks right
This
now.
might be
Inside.
the round for the defending team. If they can secure this win, don't get too greedy. This might be game.
Foxfire's got a lot of work on his hand. Playing with a Sage can be beneficial. That
30
Sage got her
seconds
ultimate. No, she doesn't. This is going to be a tough one to push. Sage up on the wall. Here's footsteps.
Last
Goes to
player
pre-fire.
standing.
Gets a pick. Gets traded. Not enough time.
Defenders win.
Good games.
Wow.
That was an amazing game.
That was an incredibly good game. I'm going to switch over back into the The intro screen now. Wow, well, I'm not going to lie, boys, girls, people of the world, everybody watching right now, that was an incredibly good game. Looking at the scoreboard, it just is, yeah, what a great game. You know, it didn't really matter because I don't really feel like bottom fraggers did badly or top fraggers did particularly well. I mean, I would go special mention.
There's never like a really low player. There's never someone who really pulled down the team. Everyone did their job. Everyone did everything perfectly, and that's what I found amazing by this game. Nobody was going down. Everyone was at their peak performance. I'm heavily impressed. And Laroxify, that man's crazy with Viper. That's the best Viper I've seen in a while, and he deserves that commendation.
To be honest with you, when you've got fragging potential and you can use the utility, denied a couple of attacking of plants, which was great. You know, they got the plant down, use utility to deny the plant, get in the frag as well on top of it. Yeah, exactly. You know, you're looking at a 2.1 KD, looking pretty strong. Pasobe as well, so holding his own, doing some good work. Ultimately, two top fraggers, Ray, Laroxify, which is what you would expect from Ray, really. I mean, coming in with the duelist jet. I would say that this entire game, from two perspectives, was a difficult one to play. The map's a new map, how to play it, how to know the meta. Game preparation is a factor as well. I know there were some players that stepped out. But yeah, all in all, very impressive game, very enjoyable to watch, and I really thoroughly enjoyed watching that game. That was fantastic. So
now we got two more teams walking into the arena. We have got Blue versus Cyan. Blue team on the attack, on Ascent.
It's going to be, again, if it's anything like the last match, I don't care if I have to stay up all night and watch the gameplay. If it goes to... It's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to. So yeah, we've got Anarchy, CNO, Flyzag, Lynx, Nightmare Maker coming in on the blue team side, and then on Cyan team we've got 2RX, John, Ransom, Svedis, and the Zentai. So yeah, I mean, some of these players you might be familiar with. I'm certainly not. I don't know any of them, and that's why my perspective is very fresh, very unbiased. So yeah, turn your cheats on, bro. Let's go.
I need ammo.
We got a bit of chat coming in through
John,
the game right now.
I'm expecting your walls to be amazing.
If
I don't see
look at me.
Now that you're requesting me to look at you, I'm not going to look at you.
Okay, we shouldn't get involved in that because it could be seen as, any kind of influence, one-sided.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to mute all that. But yeah, we're just looking up the lineup. The team is all stacked up. They're all ready to go. Lumps, Flyzag, Anarchy, Nightmare Maker. All of these guys are new players to me. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, what their picks are. We're switching straight into the actual main game now. It looks like we're going into Ascent. So Ascent is the next map up on the horizon. We've got some classic picks coming in with the Duelist, Insta-Lock, John the Monkey coming in with a Sage pick. I've got to say a lot about Sky. I think any team with a Sky and a Viper right now is pretty strong in my opinion. After watching the last match, obviously I'm going to say that from the two, I'd say Sage. The Sage main's kind of like always middle of the road. They're like your bread and butter. But then there seems to be a couple of players at the moment. I'm not quite sure if they're like changing the meta or if they just have always been strong, but Viper and Sky are very strong right now.
I feel like the red team, the attacking team at the moment, when they get on defense, look at their comp. Their comp is designed just perfect for the defense.
Well, do you know what? I'm going to be honest, and I'm glad to see that Nightmare Maker's coming in with the Phoenix. I do always like watching a bit of Phoenix gameplay. I think Phoenix has got a lot of potential. He can heal, he can frag,
Choose your agent.
The thing about the Phoenix kit is that the only real big power play in his kit is his ult. The rest of his kit is weaker compared to his agent. But he does have one of the best ults. But he has changed it to a jet.
That's interesting. Last minute pick with a jet, going away from the Phoenix to the jet. That's interesting. That is an interesting play. Is that going to be decisive? We will find out.
I think seeing similar kind of looking comps to last team. Maybe not the same kind of characters, but the same category of characters. One team has 2 duelists, one team has 1 duelist. It's quite interesting to see. Ascent, now a map I know, thankfully. So
This is a map that I think we're all very familiar with, one of the original beta maps. If you were beta or alpha player, then you'll know this map like the back of your hand.
well, a correction. This map actually came in Act 1.
Did it really?
It was not a beta map. The beta maps were Haven,
Oh.
Split, and Bind.
Well,
There's only 3 maps in beta.
That's a good correction. Apologies for the inaccurate information there.
That's all right. And now we got the attacking team on the default by the looks of things. Or no, we got a Cypher lurking on B. It's quite interesting.
Here we go. We got Jet coming in with some dirty angles, hiding up in
Then
this box
Sky
over here.
instantly on info, but
Oh, we got
and they're
Sage
rotating
supporting.
off B. You see,
Going very quiet.
yeah, like. But you
Sober
see,
Dart coming out looking for some information. Does she find it? She does find it. They know where she is now.
Blocking sight.
Jet on Jet action. Possible Sage push. They're starting to retreat.
You see, we got a Reyna on the flank, and she gets a pick.
The mid plays coming with the trade. John the Monkey looking for a picks. Does he find him? He's healing. He's healing. He's re-peeking. She knows they're low.
Now 4v2. What are they gonna do? Nightmare
Watching here.
gets in 1.
Blocking sight.
John pushing them, knowing he's 2 HP.
Ooh.
Oh my
That
god!
was a beautiful
Nightmare.
headshot to take it to a 2v2. Nightmare Maker makes his dreams come true.
Last
Spike
player
carrier is
standing. Spike down mid.
And that's the defending team's round. That Nightmare. Whoa!
Ooh.
That was dirty.
That was a nightmare right there. I'm not gonna lie. Through the smoke onto the head.
That was a nightmare for John. I feel bad for him.
John's wondering what just happened. He's trying to figure it out. He's like, I couldn't even see her. But
He
yeah,
didn't
it is
have
what
a-
it is.
He didn't have a stage wall lineup for that one, did he, folks?
Well, talking about Sage Walls, we're watching John the Monkey now. Is he going to get a little bit of revenge? Looking for a mid push, going for an early slow on B Link. Oh, there's no one there to fire at. Going for a nice little lineup here with the Viper play, cutting off the information lines from Garden. This is going to be an interesting push. Wow, coming in with another pick. TRX
that's
is
a
really
Spike
playing some
down
very
A.
nice gameplay right here.
The defending team is making a really strong use of that force, getting plenty of pigs. They've got Lumps on very low HP, 13 HP, and now they're rotating the mid. The challenging mid with a classic's quite a dangerous play from Anarchy there. Pulled off though.
John the Monkey coming in with a bit of a revenge kill there. Maybe feeling a bit pissed off about that headshot through the smoke.
One enemy remaining.
And then Ransom gets
Spike
another
down.
one.
Attacker spawn.
Oh my.
Flawless.
Yeah, it's some good gameplay by the MBT.
Yep.
By Ransom. MBT. Well, so far I feel like the games are running pretty strong, pretty intense. I feel like I need a couple more coffees. Actually, I feel like this game is like coffee right now for me. I feel like it's energizing me. Just watching this gameplay is intense. Okay, well, let's see this big stack coming
this is
through
now
here.
the first fill by round. Ransom has got a judge. He's pushing into Cubby. Not being spotted. I think he's pushing in close. He might get a pick on Nightmare, but Nightmare's pulling off. Whoa. But if Ransom gets a pick with his judge, that is huge. That is a very eco-effective kill.
Well, the judge gameplay through these close quarters is very hated, but very effective.
But Ransom is... Oh, and he
Finds
gets
the pick.
Nightmare.
Doesn't need to be
Cool side.
aggressive here. Switches to pistol. Does he go for the pick? No. Flyzag doing the right thing
He
and
gets
backing
the
away.
Vandal.
Feeling sight.
He takes the Vandal and pulls away. That was
I
a
think-
play by Ransom. That was a big play.
It was indeed.
So we got Anarchy kind of jiggle peeking A main, waiting, trying to get a pick somewhere in the hope of maybe possibly pulling this back. And Flyzag gets a pick. That makes it a 4v2. They need to get 2 more picks to make it a 2v2. It's looking quite dire, but they might be able to pull it through.
It's not looking
let's
good
go on
indeed.
that
I mean,
right
these
now.
are the kinds of situations where you just need to start believing.
30
Wait.
seconds left.
Are they going to go for a
Sorry.
save? I think they're going to save this possibly. 24 seconds on the clock. They're looking for a rotate, but I don't know if they've got the time to actually make this play happen. Ransom coming down for the counter.
Yeah.
Reading this quite well. Might get some extra picks to the board. Holding a very good angle here.
Just save.
10 seconds
10
left.
seconds left. Holding off the key angles.
Yeah, I didn't think they would go for this play.
Yeah.
Flyzag looking low on the health there, so yeah, it makes
just,
a good play.
just take a bit. Just take an extra exit frag and then keep the round. Be safe for another. But defending team is going really strong in this game. 3-0 right off the bat. That is heavy. That is hurting the economy of red team.
Yeah, well, it all boiled down to some very juicy headshots that came through. Smoke, a lot of things were working in their favor, and I've got to say, I mean, sometimes with these early rounds, the first 2 rounds obviously are very much, you know, let's be eco-efficient, but sometimes I feel like you need to actually step up and just buy a Vandal in the second round, or buy a Spectre and kind of buy some shield and just give your team some fragging potential in the
I think
situation.
I'm quite worried and struggling to see here is they've got a very mixed economy right now, and that I'm quite worried to see that.
Get out of my way!
That could end devastatingly and screw up quite a few rounds until they all start together. They're pushing the site. Ransom gets 2. CNO trades them out, but looking very bad for attacking team again. The defending team's just on the ball. 2RX jumps for info, gets info in the position of 2 of them. They're pulling off, and then CNO gets him. That's 2-3. They might be able to pull back from this.
Well, we've all been in the situation ourselves. We've been stuck
One
in
enemy remaining.
an attacking
Spike down.
position,
B.
and it's very difficult to get through the defenses. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
They got to start figuring out some different strategies here, because what happens is you end up freezing up, you end up making some bad calls, you might potentially even just
you have
start
to
giving up
think of
early
the-
game.
But you
Yeah.
have to think of the psychology of the players, you know, the more rounds you lose, the worse your psychology is, and you're going in a loss streak. And Zenti gets dinked by Lumks.
What a big play,
30
but he
seconds
doesn't get
left.
the kill. He must be really pissed off with that.
He's taking
Zenti's
his
like
time,
saving
but
himself in the corner, but is he just going to go for the pick anyway and find a trade? No, what?
Oh, Lumks gets a free push in the mid. He might be able to make something of this.
This is a very good free push here. You may as well just go for it. Maybe do it, destroy
yeah,
a bit of
like,
economy.
10 seconds
Nico
left.
Going. But the thing is, they've recognized they're holding off all the angles. He's not getting that spike. And he dropped. He's given info to Sky. Sky's now in the angle close, and he gets him.
Yeah, Stefan Sved is finding a pretty easy pick there, nothing major on that round, but I think you're totally right. There's something to be said about being 4-0 down on attack. What psychology, you know, what kind of effect is this going to have psychologically? How are the attacking team going to find a new strategy? How are they going to stay calm? How are they going to, you know, what are the in-game leads going to say? What kind of information is going to go out? Are they going to find a formula to bring this back? That's going to be the big thing here right now.
We go!
Another thing to mention is, in all fairness, they could be that they're just preparing for a defense. Because if you look at their comp, Viper, Sova, Cypher, Sage, those are all very defensive agents. So in the retake situations, in defense of a retake, and just those sites in general, they are going to be the kings. And look at that, they get sight, A site, Francis trying to
Spike
he gets
planted.
Salvador, he's back into safety, play with his team, but he gets traded by Nightmare. Nightmare gets traded by Zenti.
This is such a good play. This is what they need. They need this motivation. They need to keep it going. The attacking team need to find the picks. They do. Lumps comes in with
He
one.
reloads and John gets him on the reload.
Gone down to a 2v2. They know they're A main.
Now they just need to play
Last player
safe.
standing.
And Flytag gets guys, so now John's playing close. He's hoping to get one. But then look at that. Flyzag on the lineup. And then Anarchy gets John.
John the Monkey
That
maybe could have probably pushed a bit earlier there, but to be honest with you, and all in all, all said and done, that was a really good attacking push. That's what exactly what they needed.
Yeah, we were speaking too soon about that, in all fairness. They pulled back really quickly. So what what are they gonna plan now? So you see, some of their teammates have not as good eco, but then you look at the defending team, their eco is completely fine, while the attacking team's a little bit broken. But it really all depends. Depends on who gets the first pick, and John has messed up his wall.
We need the attacking team to start thinking big. They need to start thinking confident. They need to start getting some clear picks on this.
Turex got pinged by Cypher Cam, so... And John is taking some damage.
John the Monkey Sage can easily repair any kind of wounds. This is the interesting part, is the attack. Nightmare Maker coming in with the operator kill. This is a really big play.
That's a pick for the attacking team. So they're rotating on that pick. And looking on A, they have quite a weak defense on A. He's holding oh, he's now pushing the main. He's getting suspicious. He's suspecting a rotate. And he's hearing the shots. He's called the info, and they are rotating for site defense. They're stacking. Is attack ready for this? Are they ready for it?
Well, the attacking team better do something, because they just called their bluff.
And then he gets CNO.
30 seconds left.
Zenti gets pinged. He's the info. The attack team has the info on the corner. John revives Ransom for a 4v3.
I'm not gonna lie, this big rotation play coming through mid here. Now pushing Garden, looking for a pick on Garden. Does he find it? Flyzag is RNG gods on his
10
side right
seconds
now.
left.
John the Monkey just playing so solid with those Sage holds.
Looking at his position, it's anyone's game at this point. John's playing close. He knows what he's up against, and defenders have secured themselves. Another round, 5-1. And Flyzag gets John to destroy the economy a little bit.
Well, I've got to be honest, watching all of this gameplay right now, I think it was a good play, but again, like you said in the beginning, the defending team are just reading this game so well and locking it down. The attacking team are going to really need to kind of start thinking a little bit more. Either need to try to commit. I'm not sure exactly what they're going to do, but that's going to be the big play here.
And look at Ransom there, the whiff. Oh, John. Look at John. What's he up to? And he messed up his lineup. Poor John. Poor John. Peeks with an Odin. He gets a couple tags on Lamps and on CNO. CNO gives a heal to Lamps. But that means that CNO is low himself.
Ransom's getting some early info now. Top frag rotating, looking at mid.
Ping on John.
Zentai just holding, giving info.
And gets taken out.
Not even playing. Oh, finds a pick with the info.
Strike down A.
It's another pick. Zentai with the big plays. Headshot through the wall.
And he gets a one on Anarchy. That means it's a 1v4. I think he's going to save on this one. He doesn't have much choice, but look at that. Ransom desperate for that kill. He is hunting him down. But will he be ready for him to be in the corner of the op? And he gets him.
Well, do you know what? To be honest with you, on that entire situation, it was all about info. They had enough info to get a player straight off of A site and straight back onto B site by the time they had even come out of A main. And I feel like it's about having a clear executable strategy, and I don't really feel like the attacking team are committing to that, because on this particular map, yeah, you're not going to win every single attacking round, but if you commit to something and you find a breakthrough, you get a bit of motivation, or momentum rather, you can build on that. Right now the defending team are actually building on some serious momentum.
They're running two ops, which is quite rare. Yeah, I don't see two ops very often, especially in more competitive matches.
Here we go, they're committing to this.
Pulled off, but they are pushing hard. And Ransom whiffs. He's whiffing more, he's panicking. This guy is there to save him. John gets taken out by Lumps, by Sheriff. Ransom on 8 HP. He's gone up. He might try to take out him, and he gets a pick on Anarchy. Just misses out of the shock dart.
Very tough plays, very tough plays. Pushing in this position right now, it's so difficult. It is so difficult. This defensive team are really locking this down. And that's going to probably give them a big edge going into the next half. 6-1 already. Lumps coming with a nice headshot. Missed that one.
Cage triggered.
like this play. He's slowing it down. He's using his head. He's just thinking about it, taking his time to think for the right rotations. But again, look at the defending team. Look at how they're adjusting. One playing mid, one playing A, one playing B. Looking for
30
that
seconds
info.
left.
2 ups in the game on the
like
defensive team is pretty strong. I mean,
I'm gonna put a little bit of input here. I feel like the attacking team is they give up so much info for the. And there you go, ransom and free K. They give out so much info. They need to be more quiet. They are giving out so much info. The defending team just rotates them and just hits them hard. They cannot do anything if they need to know. I don't think they realize how much noise they make, how much info they're giving away. They need to like save that info to the very last second, to the second they push and hit them by surprise. But I don't think they're reaching that point. They give that info too early and they just give up so many rounds because of one footstep.
yeah,
We'll see how it goes. They might adjust later rounds.
I totally agree. Yeah, there's sometimes it's just a little bit of information that can mean all the difference.
Exactly. Especially on defending team. And you see, they're going for a bit of a mid control, which is quite different this time. This is the first time they tried that. The last couple rounds they kind of defaulted or push aside. So it's quite interesting to see him push mid. And Sky infos and gets destroyed. Sky has information, she's going to flash it. But she gets no info. She gets no pop, but she ults it.
But now they know. Slatus knows.
Yeah.
He knows. He's using his abilities, and they're starting to come through now. Yeah, they're starting to rotate off mid, looking at maybe a sort of a stronger CT to BA.
The defending team is just really good at what they're doing. They're never giving them. They're just not giving the attacking team an opportunity for a pick.
That was a big pick against the operator for CNO. Finding the pick, that's exactly what they need. Slows the CT rotation. Looking at side is completely clear. They can get a plant down here and actually bring this back a little bit. Looking, checking.
And then Nightmare. He held his gap.
Spike planted.
I think he might be able to get a flank on them. Zenti a bit lagging behind on the rotate. Knife out. Nightmare might be able to get him. He doesn't clear Cubby and Nightmare gets him.
Well, this is impressive stuff by the attacking team, I gotta say. First time we've seen them actually mix it up a little bit and do something different.
But you see, Nightmare might push him. Nightmare's got an angle, and he's got Anarchy to trade there. I don't think this is looking very good for Sky. CNO's there, all 3 of them. Oh, yeah, no chance there. Well played by the attacking team, securing another round.
Coming in with the tags on tags.
It's so unexpected, these rounds. Like, these little mistakes a team can make can cost them a whole round, and you see this. The tiniest mistake, overexposing yourself a little bit, can just throw a whole round for your team. A team you had in the bag, you could lose it just because you're a little overconfident. And I feel like the defending team will definitely realize this, and I don't think John will be over-peaking for quite a couple rounds now.
I'm not gonna lie, I think the silent play pushing through onto B site by Sage and FlyZag to get the plant down actually was a really pivotal moment right there.
I'm saying, just info's everything, man.
Again, they're starting to pre-fire the wall, which is given info for the defending team, which again makes it difficult.
Instant rotates. That's 3 people holding B. You see, the attacking team's kind of identified it. They're defaulting a little bit. They're waiting to get that little peek. They're looking for that misplace. They know they're a man down. They want to create an even scenario. They want to get a 4v4. But it seems like the attacking team, the defending team's not getting them down. But they do get a revive. It's back to a 5v5. Ransom pushing up B main. He's gonna have a duel with CNO, but who's gonna win? And Ransom gets the pick. It's back to 5v4. Well played by Ransom. An unexpected push.
Well, they got the info they need. The attacking team is starting to get a bit of momentum here. If they get this plant down, it's a 5v4. Very clutchable. Looking for a bit of info.
Defending teams instantly identified this. Instantly. So, what are they gonna do? How are they gonna retake this?
Planted.
Right now, it's a 4v4 retake. John's lagging behind.
Viper goes out, providing a lot of visual cover. Viper with an amazing play right there.
Yeah. So now it's 3v2.
Viper shouldn't be outside. She should be trying to hold the utility. Needs help. Viper
One
needs help.
enemy remaining.
Yeah, now she's now pushing now, but she doesn't want to be in there in the mix. She might be able to get behind someone, but it's a 3v1. It's gonna be dire.
enemy
But they're low
remaining.
HP. Ranson on his own, low HP, really low. One tap. Beat taps,
Yeah.
she'll just spray. This is it. And she clutches it with 4K.
Flyzak coming in with some very clever, smart gameplay there, and that's exactly why I think Viper is an essential for all picks these days, really, to be honest with you. I mean, it's just the info blocking, kind of giving his team a bit of a chance just to stay in it. Burning time is what he did right there. Burnt so much time, stayed in the gunfights. I felt like maybe the attacking team were trying to push for frags instead of waiting for the information to come to them. And then I think that has been one of their big things, like you mentioned. They're not really allowing the information to work in their favor. It's been cutting them a little bit short. A couple of the attacks, maybe too much enthusiasm, too much noise going out. That's a big pick by Ransom right there. Finding an early pick middle door, just calming me down.
Now they're defaulting a lot more. They're really certain at info. But then Torax gets a
One
pick on
enemy
Anarchy,
remaining.
and Zenti gets lumps. It's now 1v5. I don't even know what happened. It happened so quickly. I don't know about you.
It happened quickly because this defensive team are very good. So getting picks off of them is really, it's impressive.
But two of them are going to pick an operator, but the thing is, the weakness of an operator is that it's easy to trade out an operator and see the operators together. The pressure, too much pressure flies out to handle, and that's him gone. Another
Last round in the half.
team, and it's the last round. So this is where there could be a possible comeback by the attacking team. If they get the defense, with this defensive comp, they might be able to play it off.
Can
You know,
someone
play
get
really
this?
passive. Try
Can
to
someone
take it
get
out.
this? Thank you.
'Cause it's just
There's a
hard
lot of
to
things
see.
happening in this match right
Yeah.
now. I think the thing that we need to be very mindful of and aware of is that attacking on this map is a very double-edged sword. It can really work out for you, it cannot work out for you. And the game is not by any means done.
So,
It'll be interesting to see how the defending team actually put themselves up against this defense.
CNO dodges the flash there. He like turned around.
Zenti getting the pick there, which is unusual because usually he's been holding that position really strong.
I know exactly where.
There we go. 3v4.
The information
What the
going out
defending
here.
team can do this?
Sky slowing it down. Possibly giving some information on the rotation, locking down Market with the door.
Get out of
Probably
my
asking
way.
his team to come and help, but they haven't moved off of sight. They're still on the other side.
So this is looking like the attackers are going to lose round. But then you get a trade, 3v2. It's going to be two Rexes. You see, they're going to work together. They're going to try get a pick, but they make a lot of noise. So they have identified Nightmare playing close to the L. He might be able to right click one. They push in, and they might, if they don't expect it, it might be the round. And he pushes in, and he gets killed by the L, and he gets John as well. Well played by Nightmare.
Well,
That's a good half, so now we're going into
Switching sides.
Cyan on the attack and Blue on the defense.
this is going to be very interesting to see what happens now. I mean, 8v4 actually, to be honest with you, this is, that is actually not a bad result at all. I mean, if both sides are, I always personally find it easier to defend, but, you know, attacking
really
does mean
depends.
that you have to give up information. It does mean you have to be aggressive. So,
But you
you know,
see,
with all due respect,
Cypher-
what they did, especially on attack, was quite good. But it is what it is. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you can force, sometimes you can't. I feel like the attacking team in the last half did well when they were sneaky. But let's see what happens now. Early info coming out. I know they pushed in.
the info. What's the attacking team gonna do with this? They're waiting. They're really wanting that info. They're
No
not
touch.
making any bold moves. But then they're now going for a
Watching
big push. But they're getting Anarchy getting a pick
plant.
with his shock dart.
Watching
He
you.
is definitely bringing Anarchy on his enemies with that shock dart there.
Oh, that use of the Sage Wall and that flick by Flyzag was absolutely off the charts. Coming in with the 4K. Let's go.
Isaac, 4K.
Let's go. Reading the Sage Wall behind the generator. I mean, the mechanical skill there was truly impressive. That was a flick.
What is with this game and the mechanically skilled Vipers? Holy crap. These Vipers are insane, man. Like, it's such a powerful agent. Like, please nerf. Riot, please nerf.
Too much skill on the Viper side. I don't know what's going on. We've seen that in the last game. We're seeing it in this game. Vipers being absolutely pivotal and influential in both games. Match score going to 8-5, giving the defending team a little bit more confidence now. Good for that headshot.
So you see, attacking team, like they're really focusing on that info, which is quite.
Toxins going up.
But you see,
this is an interesting situation. Look at this push. Let's just zoom out here a little bit and look at this. Nice slow passive push coming in through the mid. Sage
Spam just spoke a little bit, and Sage doing a wall. But if CNO, it depends, all kind of CNO reads this. But the thing is, Ransom's pushed up close. If he plays up close and someone gets a bit greedy on that catwalk peak, Ransom might be able to secure a pick. But they heard it. 3 of them have heard it, and they get the info.
Now the tables are turning. The info is working against the defending team. What are they going to do? Is attacking team going to be able to make it work for them? Question marks.
30 seconds left.
This is the beauty of having a Cypher in this map. He can hold that on his own and give out that info easily. And you'll see how he plays here. Look, he's going to call that out. The defending team's instantly rotating. And Lance gets work with his utility, and he gets free.
Tables are starting to turn here. The information is absolutely everything right now on this map for both sides.
This is
turning the tables.
Cypher is such a valuable character.
Yes, this should do.
He can hold a site on his own, and you can definitely see by the way Lumps is playing there. He held down his own, he stopped him from planting as his team rotates, and it just became a disaster for the attacking team. An unexpected failed rotate.
There's something very easy to miss, and maybe you kind of just think the game's all about fragging, but this information from Cypher, like you say, has been absolutely pivotal in holding that defensive line there.
They're trying to push in a little bit. Ransom. You see this Cypher cam, he can see into main. Ransom peeking, you know, getting shot. Lamp's point one way. It's quite interesting, and he's called to rotate. He's called some people over. So now it's a 2v3 and on the attack. I don't think they should push this, and see Johns recognizes he's rotating, but Ransom is determined to get a pick.
They're falling into the trap. They're falling into the trap. Look at this. They're all rotated back through CT.
I feel like that's their plan. They're just pressuring them to go here and then make it seem like, oh, there's no one there. And they want to bait them into making that bad decision of throwing the round, you know?
They just don't have the time now. They've got to start committing to something. But I like the way they're playing here. They're looking for their options. They're rotating a lot. They're moving around a lot. They're showing a lot of fluidity here, which is actually quite a good sign for a team on the attack.
Given Nightmare info, if any team's now starting
30 seconds left.
wrapping on them, but if they can get in sight here, that is a free sight. And they are. Anarchy going in. Trying to get picked.
Leading from the front gets picked.
Ransom. 2RX peeking quickly, but 2RX
is down.
He's on his own. And they're stuck.
Last player standing.
John the Monkey on the clutch, and he fails. Anarchy, 3K, amazing retake.
Let's go. I'm not gonna lie, this is turning out to be another great game. Just when you think one team has it, it just completely turns, and it's just really good to watch and analyze this because, to be honest with you, both teams are failing by at the same hurdle, which is, you know, giving away too much information. You know, there's been a lot of rotational play, I feel, from the attacking team in this half than there was from the last attacking team, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens right now. It's nearly a tied game, and I actually kind of feel like this kind of makes you realize that you can never really be too sure about attack on this round, because it is actually a very difficult map to attack.
Scanning ahead.
That's the thing with Nightmare Maker's looking for that mid info, not quite sure what to do, deciding to go with the info he's been given by his team, rotating back to site. The team are looking at
Spike down B.
a little bit pushed back here. Ooh. That's what I mean about this particular map. It's very, very difficult to maintain site control.
One enemy remaining.
Looking very good. This guy has nothing of value. Might as well push this guy, pick or two on
Long.
him. But get Anarchy, that's a rotate on him.
I've got to be honest with you, watching this is just like, yeah, it's you know, this is like basically watching the same thing twice. I mean, what we're seeing here is pretty much what the defending team did, but the difficulty here is that now, because defense has become so much strong for both teams, I kind of actually feel like the defending team at the moment could actually have the upper hand in this match.
Protect our gun here.
I feel like it's going to turn out like last
Revealing
game,
area.
you know, a lot of rounds, a lot of time. And again, you have to consider psychology of the players. You know, this is dragging out. There is 8v8, the pressure's on.
I've got your
Doing
trail.
a lot of pre-fires, and John gets a pick. Yeah, no.
John not quite able to capitalize and using the operator there, missing a pick on Jet. They're on site looking for a plant. Viper coming out with a big defensive plays here, cutting off all that information.
Taken out.
Defender's looking strong again.
You will
Asian
not
Jet left,
kill
looking
my
for the
ally.
rotation. This is a 2RX, coming in with a big play, bringing it to a 2v3. Now they're thinking about the rotation, then no, they're all stuck on A. They might be thinking about a B push here. Go quick, blast.
So
Just
they've got site control, so this is definitely winnable. And I feel like, look at what Ransom's doing here. He's playing. Look at that. They've got two people rotating from there, from main. So when they're rotating from main, that's the weakness of that angle, and I feel like he's gonna get traded out very easily. But we'll see how it goes.
Last player standing.
And Anarchy gets him. Is Anarchy going to go for the ace? If he's going for an ace, I'm going to scream, and he doesn't get it.
Viper coming in. No.
Pushes through the molly.
One enemy
and
remaining.
Dorax might touch this, but
Whoa,
flies
whoa,
out.
whoa, whoa.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie, that was close, and actually a very good attack, but not quite enough to close it out there. Saving the operator. Flyzag doing really well there, as there's Viper again. Viper being pivotal in both the matches we've seen tonight. Really important. Switches out the operator's Jet. Jets needs to find those picks.
This is an intense game. Like, I'm not even in the game, and I'm feeling the intensity. It's insane.
Okay, so Nightmares going to be playing with the op and mid, which is going to be an interesting play. I thought maybe Sage might lock that down with one of her intriguing Sage walls, but this is what it is, a full frontal peek. And is it going to go through? No, it doesn't. Premature. Is he going to get picks? Jet managing to just dodge that.
Like, look how fast they take mid. I have to recommend them for that.
Yeah, so
Like,
really, really good push by John Monkey there, playing with the Sage on the Jet. It's a big pick.
Yeah, right. John's ping. That's the info out there. So now John's gonna have to rely on the identity,
You
and he
fought well.
pushes out. No trade. They're making an effort to trade, and they get it, and they get a pick as well with it, and they're pulling off. So there's no trade.
Well, it's turned into an interesting one because it's still 3v2.
But they're pushing. They're going for an A rotate. But look who's there. It's Cypher.
Cypher's got that
Cypher.
information. He's gonna know.
And,
Taken
and,
out.
and if he play, and you look at him, he's playing wine. If they go for a CT plan, might get ran. But they're
wow.
pulling off it. Oh my god.
They might know that Cypher's there, and they're going to counter Cypher by going to a different location. This is really going to work against Cypher right now. Sage is all by herself against a 3-man. Healing herself, pushing through the smoke. Oh, she's giving out so much information now. She doesn't even know that 3 characters just ran straight past her.
Cypher covering his utility. He's now going to rotate, and they're going to try to do a 2v3 retake. And then look at Ransom there with another off angle. But the thing is, this time, there's no one's going main to counter it. Ransom might be able to get a solid pick here. And then Lump, he's got the info on Lump's. But Lump's cameras, but he hasn't seen him. But he turns around at the worst time.
One enemy remaining.
Oh wow, how's this turned around so fast?
That was a perfect retake.
That was a perfect retake right there. So much information going out by the Cypher, giving his team exactly what they needed to make the right decisions at the right time and take it to a 10-8. I even said that was going to go for 9v9, and I was completely wrong.
I feel like the defending team's going to pick up quite a bit of a rhythm here. I don't think they're wanting that tiebreaker. They want this win.
Well, I gotta say, Lumps is just going about his business. He's just putting down his traps, putting down his cameras, getting the info he needs, making the right decisions at the right time. He's not forcing anything. I feel like this is actually a big thing right now, is he's just making decisions at the right time based on the right information. I mean, taking that to that was a big retake. That was a really big retake by Cypher on that last one.
So they're pushing A. Two of them. He gets pinged. Lagzak gets a pick from John. And that's info on Nightmare. This guy's pushing it with a jet.
Cypher supporting through mid, just probably been a pre-fire for his compatriot Nightmares, who's in a bit of a tight spot right now, but can dodge. Oh wow, just finding a very easy angle there, but getting traded out by the Bulldog.
This is now becoming 2v4. I feel like the defending team's really picking up now. I don't think they're gonna let themselves lose this. But
2RX is turning it around big time here.
So I don't like the way that
Last
they're
player
splitting up.
standing.
But
Spike
Anarchy
down
gets a
A.
pick and the info.
Last player standing.
Whoa, and he gets them.
no.
Trades them. That's
What
another round for the defending team.
What a play. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I thought the attacking team were going to potentially have that one. I think there was a bit of a moment where they forgot about the possible
This is what I'm saying.
reach around. I mean, there was a bit of a backstab that came through very successfully there.
This is what I'm saying. The Cyan team is got that defensive comp, as I was saying earlier, and look at it, showing that defensive comp. They have practiced, they have prepared. They were going for the defensive rounds here.
Get out of my way.
Go Viper using a bit of her abilities to block some information. Looking at mid. Finds a pick. Finds 2 picks. It's unreal.
It's critical for him to not peek now. I feel like he's getting a bit aggressive on this.
Well, I mean, he's feeling the motion in the ocean. He wants to go for it. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Maybe he gets an ace. Looking for that pick.
But they're all there. They're going to peek together, I think.
Oh, he's just going to hold this angle now. They gave him all the information he needs. He knows it's now. Look how confident his aim is. He's unwavering in his aim. Oh, John the Monkey coming in with the headshots on a Phantom.
That brings it to a 3v4.
With a default pistol. Now this attack round has turned around.
I've got your trail.
This has turned it around.
He's ulting default and he misses them all. That means they get a free plant. But John decides to not peek it first time. Sky getting an angle, getting a place to hide. He pushes around.
This is Sage.
And he gets them.
Sage finding the pick. The dog working against her. The information going the other way.
He has heard the info.
One
He's
enemy
holding,
remaining.
And he trades. Now he has
Last
ordered
player
a Nightmare.
standing.
And no 2RX, sorry. Oof. Oopsie daisies. So now it's all about Flyzag. He knows 2RX will go and he gets
Finds the pick and the defuse. Flyzag having the game of his life.
So this
Cannot
is now,
believe his luck with the pre-fire with the footsteps. He heard the footsteps and shot the smoke. I mean,
Match
what more
point.
do you want?
So now this has gone to a very delicate stage. This is either the attacking team's really gonna pick up their weight and get that extra determination to really not let this go, or it's gonna be on the contrary where their ego's all gone, they have no will. But I feel like they're gonna go for a rush this time by looking the way they're stacking up on the main. What do you think?
Ransom's got to be talking to his team right now and saying, come on boys, we can do this, stay focused, stay concentrated.
And you get walled off. That's info for the defending team. This guy going for info. Get that shit. Gets picked off. That was...
That's a big pick. Goes for the switch. Ooh,
Spike
that's very
down
good
A.
play.
Last player standing.
1v2, clutchable situation.
They might be quite scared. He might use this advantage without scaring the defender.
One enemy remaining.
Yes, it's a 1v1. Lunks on his own. Ransom left clutch. And Lunks gets him for the win.
Defenders
Ransom
win.
must be absolutely raging right now. I cannot believe he didn't clutch that. That would have been absolutely beautiful. Very unlucky.
I knew what word was about to come out there.
Well, Ransom locked it down. Cypher coming in with the final kill there. But to be honest with you, if you look at the board, Ransom, very, very big fragging potential for his team. They did everything he could. 2RX backing up John the Monkey actually had some creative plays. I felt like John probably could have held those middle map positions with the operator and the Sage wall. Didn't really go out mid, so I don't know. It was an interesting game to see. But yeah, ultimately.
So we're gonna go for a bit of a 10-minute break before the next match. So we'll see you in 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10-minute break, guys. Thanks very much for watching so far. It's been pretty intense. We've both loved it. We're both like absolutely, adrenaline pumped right now. But yeah, we're going to take that break. So catch you in a bit.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you. In the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, for you. in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, 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 won't you let the light shine through? In the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, 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 in the sky,
Amazing
gazing
games.
far.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to hand it to all the teams that have played so far this evening. It's been fantastic to watch, and I didn't actually expect to see such intense gameplay. I'll be honest with you. There were some big picks, some big plays, all around from both teams, flexing some massive skill. So yeah, it's been fantastic so far.
Yeah, exactly.
Standout characters, regardless of player, I'd say Viper's been pretty strong, Cypher's been pretty strong all evening. Sage, bread and butter character picks. But yeah, what's your take on what we've seen so far in the next match?
I just love how the teams work together. Like, it's just a week and a half, and this is what they're pumping out. These guys are working at such a high tier. Yeah, there's been like little fuck ups here now, but my god, the gameplay has just been unforgettable.
Yeah, it's been it's been one of those evenings where I think we've seen a lot of gameplay on Breeze. Well, the first match was on Breeze, which was always going to be very difficult. I think for both teams, but you know, it's a tough map. Obviously it's not actually officially in the competitive circuit right now at the moment, not that I'm aware of, maybe like this week or next week, but yeah, it's a tough game. It's a tough map to play, to adjust to. The rotation potential is very difficult, but obviously watching, you know, the last game on Split, that was wow. There was so many different things that happened, both mistakes that were made from both teams, but again, the defense on that side of the map, on that particular map, was something that I feel it gives that particular team huge advantage. So yeah, it was a lot of interesting stuff that went down. We're getting a lot of Team Nicole in the chat for this one. So yeah, let's I guess when we get the green light we can switch over to the game, but it's not ready quite yet. Yeah, so who have we got here? Red team, we've got Much Skill 69, Nicole, Toxic, EXE, Yose, yourself, AJ, Ali, Felix, Goyle, and Pasobi. Yeah, here we go. So it's going to be obviously recognizable names here. Team Green coming in with that really good win. Again, that was on Breeze. That was a tough match. That was a tough match to play.
Yeah.
There was a lot of long angles hit. I saw a lot of headshots, long headshots with the Vandal in that game. Couple, not so many like close quarter combat. It didn't really feel like an entry fragger map to me. It felt like a lot of it was based on like the information that we were seeing. But yeah, let's crack straight into it.
I'm so fucking excited. Just two of the better teams are now the two of the successful teams, and there were close matches as well. So now we're gonna really see, is it gonna be close again, or is one team just superior, or is it that did the other team just have a superior match? It's really just unpredictable. But looking at look at them. Look at them, they're trolling. Free Yorus. Look at
Oh, that's funny as hell.
Come on, guys.
I might have got some names wrong there on Team Nicole. We got Queen, Skills, Yosef, Nicole, Lazene. How do I pronounce that? Lazy? Help me out here. How am I pronouncing that? Rain is Laxene? Lazene?
I'll just call her Lar.
Lar.
Give her a nice nickname.
Lar. Okay.
We're not, and you know what? Just
Lazina?
Lazina?
How about that one?
Larzina, yeah. That Larzina,
Okay.
that's quite good, yeah.
Okay,
Larzina.
Yosa, okay. And then on
Myself.
the opposing team, we've got Gul, Pasobi, Whamakabam,
Choose
Not
your
Roy, and
aim.
AJ.
Wham Kabam. That's it. Wham Kabam.
Don't know why we were saying Whamakabam, but it's Whamkabam. Yeah, we took the
We were getting
correction.
excited. Should we say Wham Kabama just to be annoying?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should. We're Wham Kabama. Good luck, Wham Kabama. And he's on Jet this time. It's a complete change of roster. If you look at him, they're all playing different characters. See, Roy was playing Viper last match. Wham Kabama was playing Sage.
No,
Persobe was playing Reyna. AJ was playing Sky last match. And Guile is the only one playing the same character. They're going for a complete change. I'm excited to see what they have in mind here.
Going to be an interesting event, to be honest with you. I mean, we've got a lot of different players playing a lot of different characters on this particular map on Whamakabam's team. So yeah, Team Green are going to have to start thinking a little bit. I'm getting interested to see what happens. I mean, Whamakabam switched out from Sage to Breach, so this is a big change here. But again, obviously, it might be map specific changes. So we're going to have to see what happens on there. Nicole obviously just holding site by herself as she does. Nicole going in with Sage. Okay, this is interesting. So let's cut straight into it.
So they're going for a B push. Persobe and Pushing in first with Reyna. Entry fragging. That's quite rare to see. I'm not quite comfortable seeing Sage entry fragging.
Well, this is looking a bit spicy right now. Coming through the window. A lot of pre-firing through the smoke going through. Hoping to find that headshot. Yusef actually finds one.
This is... So it's a 3v4 right now. They have site control. No one on the flanks. They're all playing retaking from elbow and CT. Yosa on half HP. Dueling against Guile. Omen versus Omen.
Nicole trying to find some picks in the hookah kebab shop. Doesn't find anything. Sage on Sage action. Nicole comes through with a big pick.
One enemy remaining.
1v1.
Last player standing.
Nicole gets traded out. Lazina comes in with the flank around and actually saves Nicole. Lazina with the big save there. That could have been interesting. My god, Breach actually did really good job there. I'm not gonna lie. I actually genuinely thought he had that in the bag possibly. Question marks all over it. Good opening round.
Turret out.
You get inflamed in the chat, bro. Lazy with the strange nicknames, Keck. Bob Ross is calling you out.
Who is it? Who is it?
So can I.
Okay, Kunai. How's it going?
Yeah.
Looking for a big mid push here. Lazina coming in with the slow, not even trying to challenge it. An interesting one. Oh, Sage doing some mechanically gifted jumping. Got a good angle here. The plant's going down. Sage is not even trying to challenge at this point in time. Looking for a pick. Just wants to find something. Get something. Nicole with the pick. The Spectre. Oh. Yusef.
One enemy remaining.
Hookah control
Yourself.
is so important on this map, and given that now that he's can trade Guile, and that is another round for a defending team. But that's alright, because if you look at this map statistically in tournaments, it's actually statistically defense-sided, and they're quite close rounds. So I feel like this is going to become another one of those, when it flips, it's going to be another round of the defending team is going to pull back really quickly when it swaps. It's going to be another one of those matches. We're getting a lot of those today, and it's really, really fun to watch how close these games are.
It's incredibly fun to watch right now. I mean, obviously, it's still early doors. I mean, 2-0 on the scoreboard really doesn't mean anything when everybody's ecoing. But yeah, it's been two pretty good defensive rounds so far by Team Red, coming in pretty strong.
So we got a bit of a default going on here. And what is...
Shadows traveling.
Stealing sight.
Now they're pushing A. Wama Kabama getting a good pick, and they have hookah control. So
There we go. Lamps is
Spike
completely
planted.
locked down. Sights locked down. Jet's going for a reach round.
sorry, my bad on the call out. That's Lamps is now under defense side control. So the thing about this map is that on A site, it's whoever has superiority over Lamps usually has an advantage on the retake or the site hold. But it's really in a position where nobody's really out.
Last player standing.
And attackers have got themselves around, making it a 2-1.
Oh, well, it's an interesting round there. 2-1.
Yeah.
Like I said, obviously it's still early doors. 2-1. Both teams are pretty talented, but that's a good little, you know, that's another little bit of points on the board, which is always nice for your team. It gives a bit of momentum, gives a bit of confidence, and yeah, it's good to see it. It's good to see it.
So now you're seeing a little bit of they're going to be pushing B, but looking on A, you see they're setting something up. It's a shame that they're not going to get any use out of it because they're pushing B now.
Okay, we're going to find an early pick in the middle here. Ooh, switches. Not quite sure.
He's got the info. That's what's important. The info.
That is exactly what he was playing for. Gwyn playing quite a little cheeky little info play there. Looking out for him.
He plays the molly so he can pull off. He's
Ooh,
holding the
Omen
angle
coming
close.
around, having a look, seeing who's where and what's happening.
What I'm liking is how I like how Killjoy's playing the effective range of the Spectre.
Here.
You know what gun you're using, you know what guns you're challenging, and you have an advantage at this range. And it's a good play.
Jet's getting aggressive here with the ultimate, trying to find something through the smoke, and he does.
Oh, he's pushing in the elbow, so
Picks
he
off a
might be trying
Gosa.
to challenge.
This is a big push by Jet. They do not know. They're not even countering it. Oh, yourself is actually on it. Very good counter. It's very nice. Slow him down a little bit.
It off. Yeah, they smoked it off. They're playing it off. So
The hunt begins.
what he's trying to kind of keep pressure on multiple points, but nobody's in
30
CT,
seconds left.
while AJ is pushing it, so their push is kind of weaker now.
They're both holding CT pretty hard right now. Lars trying to do her best to destroy the information, and those smokes are really doing Wamakabam a lot of help here. Wamakabam finding that pick.
Yeah.
That was very nice.
Pushing, I think he sees him,
Train
and
harder.
but Nicole gets him. But she suspects a rotate, so
Well, yourself and Nicole are all alone. Stack on A site. Sorry, B site.
B-side, yeah. It's
Plant's gone down. There's nothing they can do. It is literally just a pure save at this point in time.
yeah, pure save, and I don't like the way they split up. They should play off each other, but it might work in their favor because it's not like the attacking team's pushing together. They're hunting solo. This could end with a destroyed economy.
Well,
But
I'm not
they-
gonna
they're not
lie.
trying
So far, against Red Team are actually, you know, I mean,
Good. This is close.
this is impressive work right now by the attacking team, and I actually kind of feeling like maybe with Team Green they have had a little bit of a warm up. They have been, you know, had a baptism of fire already. They have felt obviously the pressure of this tournament setting, and maybe feeling a little bit more comfortable. Been in their second match. Team Red might just still be kind of defrosting from their unranked casual matches and their warm ups or their aim labs. Not quite the same as being in a real game. Long nearly finds it on Killjoy. Pasobe, we know, can frag. Playing Sage, slowing them down through Garden. Or a pick, maybe gonna bait for a rotate. This hooker push is looking pretty strong. There's only 3 on site. Lena going out. Well, I gotta say, this is not looking so good from the defensive team's perspective. AJ holding down CT. Well, that was a nice clean take.
Really just, but Nicole's pushed up a wall, but they
Last
heard it, they
player
heard it,
standing.
and Guile, that one tap was clean.
That Guile went to the range after his last match. He loosened up a little bit and he came in and he found his headshot potential.
So AJ pushing, and so now they've all got the influence,
Flawless.
and taps him. AJ, just that
There.
entry of rain, that is insane. That is what's carrying this over. And Guile has been taking quite a pickup from the last game, you know, him being at the bottom, now him being near the top. The second highest fragger, the second highest KD in the score at this very second.
Yeah,
It's quite
this
a big improvement. Something's changed. I feel like he's just better on this map. This is their map.
No, AJ's looking really strong coming in with the frag 7 and 2. You'd expect that from Arena. Yosa actually not doing too bad as well. AJ looking for that info, playing really slow here in mid.
Yeah.
Not doing anything, keeping it nice and quiet. This is an interesting play right now. Maybe they went back and watched a bit of the replays and took some information from that. Okay, it's a hooker push.
So
What do we got on side? We got yourself, La, Omens as well. He's holding elbow.
again, he's smoking the default. Again, just site. But the thing is, they're they've got a retake going, but her Sobe getting 2 picks on them and then pulling off before the ult can be popped. That is took them, and they're going for a rotate.
Wham kabam getting picked there with a really nice position with the Sage roll. I was unlucky.
AJ took that fight and he got punished for it. They revived someone, which means that is turned from a trade to a pick.
Spike planted.
Yeah, it looks
they
like the
rotate
rotation went
back.
off and a plant
You
went
will
off. With
not
Guile
kill
actually
my
doing a
got
lot of good
revive
work
as
here.
well. This is interesting. This is getting interesting.
Guile's done a good job there with the Omen, and that's what Omen brings to the table. Those cheeky rotates.
The thing is, they're weaker on the site, so they have to really rely on that post-plant plays. But they don't have that ability to work.
Guile again getting the plant down, getting the frags. He's doing all the work. Going for the point through the box. Does he find the last guy?
AJ reads that lamp push.
He does indeed. AJ reads those.
Also, you want to show the stats pre-round?
Yeah, I'm going.
Like,
So I've been doing it.
Yeah. Guys in chat. Just making sure.
Nah, I got you, bro. I got you, boys. We seeing the stats here. Let's have a quick look at the scoreboard. In total, AJ coming with the big 8K. Is it enough to secure his team and position in the final tournament? Yosa doing pretty good. I gotta say, the fragging potential coming in on the defending team right now is not really where it needs to be.
Like they're losing a defense-sided map, which is quite dangerous. And he gets traded. Like the attacking team is just working perfectly. They're working the trades. They are all on the same page.
Nearly finding the headshot with the Sheriff. They're looking for it. Oh my god, how are these shots not landing by Lani? The plant is going down.
Here we go. And they've got lamp control. Like, look at that. That is lamp control. And
Sage
as I said
wall
earlier,
of perfection right there.
Last
Here,
player
even though they're
standing.
outnumbered, look how critical this lamp control be and how much pressure they got. And now they're all going to try to retake this.
This is a kind of a bit of a crazy play, trying to challenge when you know that someone might have a judge and Lance picks up the judge, gets traded out, turns into a 1v1. Oh, what's going on? What am I watching? It's the headshot clutch! Has he got time?
Right for me to call you by your actual name. God.
Yeah, Wham Kabam doing a lot of work there for his team, actually giving them a lot of potential there.
The thing is, now you have to really consider defending team's morale now. They have lost a 1v3. That is going to crush you. And a 1v3 easily lost. That is going to crush a defending team.
Yeah,
On the
after
defense-sided map, losing a 1v3 retake, it's really not on, in all fairness.
See how we stack over here. So, looks kind of primarily like a mid push.
Omen flashes for Reyna too. Gets the info, there's a duel, Reyna duel. Flash comes out, and then they get smoked off and they
Off your feet!
And ult gets popped, and they're pushing, and they wall off elbow. 2 people playing elbow, and Omen ults. Where is he ulting? He's ulting long. This might be a play. This might be a play, but they expect it.
They're playing for the retake, but I don't know if it's aggressive enough. I feel like the defending team need to start playing a little bit more offensive.
Up too much. Like, if you're watching, they split up. They're not there to trade for each other. But they might be able to play this off. They might be able to win this.
Lazina needs to start doing some work here. The frag potential was real.
Last player standing.
Again, that's 2 lives for 1 trade, you know? Now it's a
That plant went
2v1.
down so fast.
Yeah. Now, and then Solvay just peeking when he reloads. He reloads it. It's just the attacking team is just reading the defending team. The defending team is making the same mistake over again. Not trading hard enough. They're not being aggressive those trades, and they're splitting up, and they're just getting singled out in the 1v1s. And when they do get a pig, they just instantly get traded because the attacking team is all on the same page. They're working together. They are at a major advantage here, and it's going to be scary how fast rounds are going to be lost on the defending side. It is looking grim for the defending team.
Right now, the economy is looking very grim. I can't disagree with you on that one. I mean, that economy...
Like, look at that. like 2 of them have been picked off. You can tell their ego's down. They're getting picked off so easily. And look at that, as a free. They're entering into sight so easily. It is. And then Wama Kabam going right in, getting aggressive heaven push, and he gets a pick.
Last player standing.
And then now it's his whole life, and he gets it, and it's a flawless round for the attacking team.
Well, that was a beautiful round by the attacking team. I honestly think that's probably the best flawless round I've seen.
Yeah,
all
that
evening.
was just clean.
That was clean. I mean, we've
thing
seen
is-
some clean attacks, but that probably was the most fast, efficient attack I've seen.
I'm
all
getting
day.
quite like disappointed with the performance of the defending team. They played so well in the Sen. I feel like they practiced too hard in the last round to really push this round on, you know?
Well, there's certainly a lot of potential still in this game. I wouldn't put this defensive team in any category right now. I wouldn't even say they're losing this match. It's still early days, and sometimes what can happen in matches is that you can get too overconfident. And if that is the downfall here, that would be really interesting to see what happens psychologically right now from both teams. This is a psychological warfare at its finest.
But the thing is, I feel, well, AJ here is alone, but they're playing smart. They don't let the ego take over him, and that's a strength of this attacking team. They don't get overconfident. Like, you see AJ, if he was overconfident on that hookah push, he would have kept peeking, but no, he went back to play with his team. It's just an amazing play from them. They're working. They're just such a well put together team. And I know
Right now they're having a good game, and it's too early to say, you know, the fat lady has not sung the final song yet on this one. And I do kind of feel like this could possibly still turn into a very, very, very good match. And it is right now.
If these guys
30 seconds left.
play it off really well, he gets a pick. If they can rotate and work off that pick, that could be a round.
Get out of my way!
That is exactly what's happening right now. Nicole finding a headshot.
One enemy remaining.
Another headshot.
Traded off. That's a 1-3, and he gets a pick.
Last player standing.
On Persobe. So now it's a
Trying to play
1v1.
time, trying to wait for the plant to go down.
He's too
This is
far
gonna-
away. Bomb will get
Spike
down.
planted.
Oh, Prosobe we know is a fragger. We know Prosobe can frag, but can he clutch?
You will not kill my
Revives
ally!
him for the bait. Right, and he does.
Prosobe goes in with the
Clutch.
big clutch plays, baits the res, and finds the headshot pick.
Block in sight.
I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty damn good right there by Prosobe. And Prosobe's actually played, in my opinion, from the last game we saw him play on Breeze, very impressive player and fragging potential.
Very consistent player that I'm seeing. He's the most consistent out of all of them. You know, he's consistently up on the top 2, you know. Which is very critical. Consistency is very important in tournaments. Because when you push the next one, you want to keep that consistency.
Nicole changing position, playing more aggressively in
He gets a
hooker.
pick through the smoke.
How does he
gets
find that pick? He finds it though.
pre-firing.
He finds those. Okay, the
Persobe,
rotation is
great
happening now.
for him. Yeah. But you see, Reyna's over there. Reyna will call us out for his team. And look at that. They're rotating. Lightning
Yeah.
fast. 2 in TP with the spike. That's it. Now you see. Reyna's going to lock off the rotate there.
There's
He's
no
gonna get
one
picked.
defending this side at all, and they've pretty much completely
you're-
taken control over
But
it.
Jet expects it. Jet expects it. But then
Spike planted.
Sobe walls it off. And he gets stuck. Look at...
No
He's
charges left.
stuck. He can't even updraft out.
This is very much a now what situation.
Yeah.
Okay,
they
the Killjoy's coming in. Yeah,
Yeah,
this
they-
is a good Killjoy. This could actually give them something to work with, but I don't think they have enough time.
Down.
See, they
One
have
enemy remaining.
and he outs. He hits them. They
Roy's clutching this out. He's trying to find the clutch for his team. He finds the clutch.
I
I
mean, he
mean,
doesn't have to, you've clutched it. He clutched it. He's got
he
it.
clutched it. That's all he needed to
Well
do.
played.
Clutch.
the meta of this game these days, right?
Last round before the switch.
It's really become a post-plant meta. It's get in sight, get the spike down, and use your utility for the post-plant. Instead of you holding the spike, you want to use your utility to hold the spike.
I mean, right now, if we just look at the scoreboard for a second, I mean, it's economy is very much down on the defensive team, and
Again,
the
that's what I'm
fragging.
saying. It's looking grim. It's looking grim.
It's not looking good.
But they might, in the attack, they might get a new game, fresh heads, and they might be able to pull it back. But this was an A push, a bit of a default between the two, and he gets
Spike
a pick,
down A.
and he doesn't get over aggressive. He keeps the pick. That's the attacking team at a disadvantage. But then the whole team rotates. If the attacking team notices this rotate and read it, they're gonna counter rotate.
Cover going out.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult to pick up with, you know, because the picks are coming out so quick in the round. It's kind of almost hard to keep the camera angles in the right place.
Exactly.
To be honest with you, but
so
yeah,
two people pushing up the bathroom. Bersobe might be able to get this jet. They're gonna come in contact. You're gonna see here. So it's whoever's gonna win. They have info. That's two of them. Three of them are gonna push out a trade, but they don't have information on Jet. Jet might be able to pull off a defensive play, and he does. But he gets traded by AJ.
AJ looking strong. Now he's got an
AJ
operator. Got long range potential. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. If Lar picks this, she's going to be in trouble.
But look
But
at
she's
that.
doing the right thing.
Garl
30
is
seconds left.
sandwiched. He's gonna get flanked by Gwyn.
Quinn needs to
taking
start
it.
doing something.
Slowly pushing. And he gets tag on Yosa. Yosa is low.
One enemy remaining.
But Gwyn pushes
Spike
that
down
back.
A.
Finds the backstab. They
AJ
have
is
info
under
on the last
pressure.
one. Yeah,
The time
10
though,
seconds
pressure's
left.
on.
just safe for the operator would be my choice. But
But,
let's
well-
say she switched to a Vandal. She's going for the frag. She doesn't care. She's pushing in. She gets
And then he
frag.
plays safe. He plays safe. He almost gets the ace. But that was almost a clutch from AJ. This guy is dangerous. You
Switching
don't want to get in
sides.
duel with this guy.
AJ, I feel like watching this team play this map is like watching a completely different team. Breeze is so weird right now. Nobody knows how to play that map. Nobody knows what to do. Put them on something like this and it's just like people are coming back. You know, it's like I'm starting to see players play in such a different way. By comparison to Breeze, I feel like that influences like the gameplay, the game strategy. It takes away a lot of strengths.
Yeah.
I mean, AJ has played extremely well on this map. Just looking at the scoreboard, he is coming with a top frag if you didn't already realize. 13 and 8 on attacking defend. Bearing in mind the scoreboard is 9 and 3. That's a big result. Wham Kabam coming in as well. Some big numbers. It's good stuff by the...
Careful here.
So the thing is, it's
Blocking sight.
gonna be interesting. I want to see them. I want to see a comeback. I want to see a comeback from these guys.
Oh, they can make the comeback. This is definitely the potential there for this team to make a comeback is there. But right now, for some reason, they are just not finding the picks. They're not making the plays.
And see, the defending team gets a pick. Sobe with the frenzy wallbang. He's
Well, the
keeping
tables
that
have turned.
hookah control, the lamp control, my bad. He knows the criticality, but they push, getting 2 picks. One guy on flank, but they know it. They know what's going on, and they rotate. And they've messed up. They've messed up the green team.
Well, this is good because Green are going to have to now really start thinking about how they're going to control the push out of CT. AJ's actually coming up from behind. Gets picked.
But they crossfire. That is now a 2v3. These guys, but it's a jet and a jet in the breach, the green team. And what? But they will notice it. The trigger
player
discipline on
standing.
Gwyn. The trigger discipline. Gwyn, that was a play.
That was a big play by Gwyn right there. Oh my god.
The trigger discipline. Waiting until
God.
she has all the info and then takes the shot.
That was unbelievable. Well, I've got to say, so far, that was a very, very big play by Gwyn. Very well played all round. I mean, at the end of the day, that was a good win for Team Red. They definitely needed to find that on attacking round defense, and their situation was not exactly what they wanted. I'm pretty sure they'll all agree with me on that one. But you never know. This is Valorant. Anything can happen.
Exactly. So they're going for another A short push with Killjoy on Lyric. Omen smoking, getting a bit of a default smoke going, trying to delay the push. They don't want to over rotate, which is they're doing good at. They're kind of holding that crossfire, making sure that there's no rotate push going under their nose.
Wow,
It's
they're
a bit
heavily
of a
stacked
shower
on A.
push. Look at the shower push. Gal getting tagged up, but they're there to trade. If Gal even gets picked, he's gonna get traded out unless he's really lucky.
Well, he's actually fragging. He's doing a good job. What's going to happen now with Sage? She needs to do some work here. She tried to go for a rotate to find the pick for showers, but it wasn't what she was looking for. Going for a rotate. That's a 5v4. They've got a bit of momentum.
They got a pick on AJ, their main fragger. And looking at the HP of the team. The defending team has 2 people low HP. The Sage, no heal. And they got a pick. Reach.
Yeah, they find that beautiful pick in CT, and this is exactly what Team Red are looking for, the shotgun plays.
Gets trade, and it's looking like another attacker win.
Oh, holding down CT.
Playing off angle, so it's really get the pick and fall back.
One enemy
And he
remaining.
gets one pick and he gets... Ooh.
Oh.
I
Yourself
thought it was gonna be a second there.
Yeah, yourself just steal that one from Nicole, I guess, in some ways, or maybe Nicole was trying to steal it from yourself. But that, again, look what's happening. We're starting to see a complete turnaround here. This is why this game is so unpredictable at the best of times. Like you can never be too sure about what's going to happen in this match.
I mean, looking at Nicole, this wall slicing action, I wonder what trick this is. Is this a secret to them having a comeback, slicing the wall?
Well,
I think
don't
it
know.
is. I think it is. But you look at Persobe getting an aggressive wall down, but it gets destroyed. Persobe falls back, you know, not wanting to overpeak. Well, he's gonna push out. He's gonna duel. But Nicole gets dinged. So now you're gonna get backup from Lar. But Persobe falls back, knowing that she got damage down, doesn't need to overwork it. Really playing with the info here.
This is exactly what we didn't see in a couple of the previous matches, is playing with the info. And that is definitely something that I feel like this attacking team are doing so effectively right now. I mean, we've only seen two rounds go out, and they've won both of them extremely effectively. I wouldn't say they were as clean, but at the same time, I feel like this is more calculated, potentially maybe more measured.
Now, AJ gets a pick. He
finds
knows
that
there's a
pick.
second. He smells a second. He is waiting out. If Nicole free fires, it could be a pick. But, and look at that.
30
that's
seconds
ding.
left.
AJ. Very interesting. I'm gonna keep an eye on this. AJ falls back and he sees the
Last
guy
player
planting.
standing.
Ooh. What happens to AJ? I don't know, but it didn't work out for him.
Persobe is really gonna try clutch it. And that
That's a
one tap.
clean.
That was clean. So now he's seen the Pokemon knowledge he gets. The info is out. It is solid info.
Is it out though? I'm not sure. Gwyn's is on some crazy rotation and might not have been able to give that back to Omen. Looking tube, is he going to find this? Is he going to play aggressively? He has to.
One enemy remaining.
Oh my god.
It's gonna. And the turret. Oh.
Gwyn's skills coming in with the turret plays. Those,
Gwyn,
yeah, she wins those.
Dirty bugger. Oh, that, like, he's gonna be so... Persobe's not gonna be happy with, like, dying to a turret. It's not the way you want to go.
It's
Nice
it's not what
one
you
way,
want.
but the most disrespectful way to go, in my opinion, is definitely the turret. There's
That
a
turret
knife.
gives out so much info. I mean, it's a great... if you put it in the right place at the right time, it is single-handedly one of the best pizza util.
Killjoy is probably one of the most powerful site defense agents, in my opinion. She just doesn't have as much lurking capability as Cypher. And he turns away at the worst timing. When
That timing was absolutely so unlucky.
Here.
now they're gonna push short, but they are 2 men down. 1 man down compared to the other team. So what are they gonna do here? They're playing the smokes close, planting the spike, but the defending team's not gonna get over aggressive. They know they can play retake. They know they have an advantage. And the positioning of AJ. This is an eco round, bear in mind.
Last player
And
standing.
AJ
Finds
gets
another
a second
pick.
to the sheriff.
Cutting their vision.
Now it's a the tables have turned.
Oh, Yosef is in trouble now.
And just everything was thrown at him there. He
It's
did
just
not
a
have
feels
chance.
good eco round. That was
And
beautiful.
that was an amazing eco round. Now they have to buy loadouts, and that means I think that's going to be the attacking team forced on the eco or a force buy. And it looks like they're going for a force buy this round.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, that is just when you're just feeling comfortable about your game. AJ is just looking so strong right now. 17 and 11. I mean, that is really comfortable right now. Economy best, KD best. Feeling probably very, very good. Obviously, on the other neck of the woods, we've got next top frag Nicole coming in on the attacking team now. Team Red really having to start to think about how they're going to bring this one back. Not completely out of it, but getting close.
Get out of my way.
Opponents killed. Your duty
Nice
is
kill by
not
Nicole
over.
and a lovely revive pushing through Hooker Reg Shop.
Stand
Oh,
down.
Nicole.
That's a trade. That is a trade. So now they have info on op players. So what are they going to do to work around this? Are they going to rotate, or are they going to try challenge him with the utility?
Well, Omen must go for the TP right now. He's got to be at least thinking about this.
I feel like what I don't see
Oh, he
as much
can't.
anymore is people need to like an Omen on long. He could utilize the fake TP, and I feel like they should utilize that a lot more.
Well, they're just
I
going to
think
go
they're
for a
going to
regular
rotate.
TP.
But look
Yeah.
at that. They have sight for 3 though. But
Well,
Guile
Nicole's-
seeks a pick on Nicole, yeah.
Yeah, Nicole's out of it. I
So
thought she was
this
still
30
in it.
seconds left.
So I feel like Lara might get a pick here. We're looking at popping the ult. They're confident they're going to secure this round. There's info on 2 in head. And Lar gets first. Will he get traded? He misses out to play on the
Last
side.
player
And
standing.
the op gets him. So it's now a 2v1. And Guile gets him. That was a well-played round by the defending team.
Yeah, well, Team Green looking very green right now. Their numbers are looking very healthy. Taking this game to 11-6
Yeah.
and actually looking very comfortable. I mean,
Like
wow.
they just, the key thing is to not get overconfident, but don't panic either. And really the key for the attacking team is to keep a good morale and not submit to the pressure they're under by being at a disadvantage here. They really need to get their stuff together, but they don't really have a choice here. Like, I don't understand their half-buy, but
Well, I like Wham Kabam style. I think he's leading from the front. He's fragging, and that's been pretty consistent against both
very
matches.
aggressive Diop, which he's utilizing Jet's kit really well. You can see that by playing really aggressive, unexpected angles, which really just gets a lot of picks. But Nicole
Nicole wins
getting a
those.
pick.
You should run.
And that was a bit of an eco for Nicole as well. That was a trade out with the Spectre, I believe. Just
Yeah,
looking
it is.
behind, just trying to get that in for the plants going down. Nicole's playing a little bit passive here, just wants to try to secure the win, stabilize the ship, get some wind in the sails, and start getting this show on the right road.
And Wham Kabam getting a wall bang headshot on Rain. And he pre-fires next to Nicole.
Last player
2v3, it's
standing.
turned into a 1v3. How has this gone down like this?
Pretend to dust.
Nicole is being in the smoke. He's really just
Cole is-
baiting out the diffuses, but he's going to sneak it. He knows there's cover from Hookah. And that is the disadvantage about this plant spot
that
that
important?
people keep forgetting. If you wedge yourself in that corner, it's
Gun here.
hard to shoot it. You can only get limb
Match
shots.
point.
And there's
Yeah.
a smoke there. It's next to impossible.
You're 100% right, and it's actually crazy because, you know, that's something that you should be factoring into it. Looking at the position of your team, maybe planting a little bit more in the
had an
center of the
easy
tube
plant
instead of the
there, which
corner. Yeah, it was an easy plan. They had all the time in the world to think about that.
Yeah, they had an out. They honestly, that was a very big misplay by the attacking team, and they definitely lost the
Here.
round because of that misplay. But they're gonna push long. They're confident there's gonna be people there, but there isn't. So that is info, though. That is solid info that there is a full push.
That is a big push, and they know that they're going to be pushing here hard because there's nothing C long. Plant is going down really smooth.
But then it's a 3v5. Will they be able to hold this? They have hookah control, but how long? He pulls out and he gets dinged. Win is dinged. That is low HP. It's probably been related to the other team. They got another pick by Juan Caban. So now they've taken him out. This may be the round. Pressure on Lar and AJ getting the pick.
AJ with a big headshot coming in with a default pistol. Just memeing
Why
at
are
this
they saying
point.
GG? There's still. Oh wait, yeah. I forgot the
Defenders win.
GG though. Holy crap! That was a good round.
Wow.
Fastest game though. I have
Fastest
to
game tonight.
commend the green team. They did what they could, and they were
Yep.
going against some really difficult situations. It's just that red team didn't play it out and made sure they could not win that.
Let's have a look at the scoreboard. Wham-a-kabam. Wham-kabam coming in with the top frag. Top seed. AJ right behind him with 19 kills. Nicole, obviously everybody knows, you know, fragging potential extremely high. Team Red right at the bottom of this leaderboard in terms of KD. Unfortunately, maybe KD really was the deciding factor in this. Potentially, maybe the warm-up and breeze for Team Green gave them an upper hand.
If you look at this, look at the Reds economy. Look at their econ rating. You can see that they've got a superior entry fragger. Because look at AJ's entry first bloods. He's got 6. You can obviously see that red team has a superior entry fragger compared to the other team. So I think they need to rework their entry a little bit more.
Let's not forget some of the other guys coming in on Team Green. I mean, this is some big plays. Positive KDs, apart from not Roy, but that doesn't even really matter. You know, 13 and 10, 19 and 13, 19 and 13, 22 and 13, 7 plants, 6 first bloods. Like you say, that's big. That's the highest on the board by a long shot. Okay, Pasobi again, but again on Team Green. Team Green coming in with some big plays straight away off the bat. 10 first bloods. Wow. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I don't know if that is the deciding factor, but that is huge. I mean, they actually dominate this board with 12 first bloods by comparison to, what, 6?
So,
I mean, that's more than double.
Game. So now we're going to get on to the next game. The big... this is the final, right?
Yeah, this is the final.
The final, and the final is going to be blue versus green. This is the big final, and it is going to be on... I forgot the map.
I don't know. Don't look at me, bro. I'm just
you.
updating the thumbnails at this point. This is all on you. You're my sidekick.
I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, man.
Okay, someone
Right,
DM'd me. Yeah, I'm not actually too sure. I don't think it's going to be Breeze again.
I'll find out. I'll find out.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. It is on Icebox.
Icebox. Everybody's favorite map. Said no one ever. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, do you know what? Out of both, all of the games we've seen tonight, I mean, actually, do you know what? Let's. I'm going to put this one on the table. Obviously, you guys put what you want in the chat, but I'm going to say it was a big surprise for me on Team Red losing that one. I kind of feel like they have got some star players, big fragging potential. Not sure where it went wrong in terms of the chemistry. But yeah, I mean, Team Green coming in with some pretty big plays. I mean, obviously, you know, with this tournament, there is no coaching. Teams are using each other's chemistry to develop themselves over the course of the last few weeks. Obviously, they stepped into the arena tonight to prove what kind of work they've been putting in. And tonight, we've seen Team Green have been coming in really strong. I mean, out of all the games we've seen, Team Green really battled out on Breeze to deliver some, you know, a pretty, I wouldn't say a conclusive win, but it was a hard-fought victory that they deserved in the end. And then to come in and beat Team Red like that is, you know, that's pretty strong. So yeah, it's good to see what's going to happen in the finale. So obviously finale is going to be Team Blue against Team Green tonight, and I'm not going to lie, I'm pumped.
It's gonna be an amazing game. It's gonna be really. It's the two top teams. It's the finals. You know, what I mean, like what? You're hyped.
You're hyped, bro. You're pumping.
Yeah, I am hyped. I'm hyped.
He's ready to go. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's been some feels good games. You know, even for the teams that have lost tonight, I don't think I've seen some really good gameplay all around. Everybody's played well, and the point of this tournament obviously is, you know, to strengthen the community. So, you know, again, thanks to everybody who has participated, everybody who's showed up tonight in the stream, everybody's played in the tournament. You guys have all done an amazing job. You know, keep up the good work. Let's keep pumping up the jam, put the needle on the record, and let's, you know, keep the positive vibes flowing. But yeah, we're just taking that 10-minute break. I'm happy. I'm happy just to stay here and chat for a bit. I don't need to transition into any breaks.
I'll be here to chat.
Want to
chat for a bit, yeah.
Yeah, we could chat back. Yeah, any questions in the chat, guys? Hit us now. Obviously, please no troll. But
who are you?
They're party mute the people because they're pretty loud.
Good luck up.
Yeah. I'm on a mute.
Is it starting immediately? Or is there gonna be a 10-minute? Yeah, 10-minute interval, isn't there?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's gonna be a little break right now. Obviously, everybody's just.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been casting now
also,
for
we do need to give the team
3
that
hours.
just won a little bit of break. In all fairness, they have finished a full game. They do need a little bit of a breather, a little bit of recollection, because they are going from one meta to another meta. Because Icebox and Bind are two very different maps. And
I'm not gonna lie. People hate Icebox, but personally, I think it's actually a good map. I wouldn't say it was. Yeah, I wouldn't say it was a good map. But I have good games on that map, and you know, it has good memories in my mind. But let's see what happens. I think the game might actually be starting right now.
We just got a green light, so there's no break, unfortunately. So we're back to yelling. We don't get paid. We don't get paid enough to have break. We don't deserve break.
Yeah,
where on the contracts are breaks? Where is it?
Right. What about?
Okay, so let's see the picks here.
Yeah, run us through the picks, my guy. I mean, I'm gonna let you take that one.
I've played Icebox a lot, and I'll see what picks are, and they're gonna be quite. So, on the defender team, they're going for a Reyna, Sova, Sage, Cypher, and Viper. They're going for another defensive comp. It's the same comp they ran on Ascent. And on the attacker comp, they got Brimstone.
Well, if you can take 5 Brimstones, why don't you? You know, there's no point in not doing it.
Yeah, so now we got
Select
Breach.
your
so
agent.
There's two very different comps going on here. They have got we got a defensive comp and a very offensive comp. This is going to be a really interesting game.
Yeah, I totally see this. Oh my god. I mean, Flyzag not hesitating on the Viper pick. This is going to be an interesting match, I'm not going to lie. Kabam. Hopefully the juices are still flowing. These guys aren't too fatigued, but yeah, let's see what happens. Let's lock in and load. Good old classic Icebox, everybody. Buckle your seatbelts. Time to get into some crazy gameplay right now. This is going to be interesting. Lots of tight angles. Not really long lines of sight like we saw in Breeze. Really like, I don't know what kind of map this is really. It's an interesting map.
So I'm
I feel
excited to see, because the thing about Icebox and the beauty about it, people don't like this, but this is what I like. There's so much you can do. So many mix-ups, and that is the key to winning this map. The mix-ups you can do. Because as soon as you do the same thing twice, you're going to get caught out and you're going to get beat up for it.
well, we're going to look at the attacking team here. AJ coming in. Obviously, we know that he can frag. He's got that potential.
So we got Wham Kabam entry fragging and Persobe entry fragging. They're entry fragging effectively. You can see that those two are the first in. They're flashing. They're making a good use of that offensive comp.
Wham Kabam looking for that pick behind and he finds it. That is nice.
Yeah, like they now they got 4 on A. I think they've. Look at Roy rotating. He's searching. He's trying to get a flank, but it is a 5v3. The attackers are on the advantage, and they see that they are stacking. They're rotating immediately once they got that information. And we got Roy entering as Viper, but I feel like they're going to counter CNO, but CNO should not peek. He should not peek this.
Yeah, this is an interesting one.
It is really interesting. Like, again,
Spike planted.
you could treat Icebox the same as Breeze. It is keys or to rotates.
Kind of feel like there's a bit of hesitation going out here by CNO. He's got to kind of try and find some kind of angle, and he does. He finds the Sage.
Last player standing.
I think he's going to go for an ace.
Wham
If he
Kabam
goes for an ace, again, like I said last time, I'm going to scream.
Okay, Wham Kabam looking for that ace. He is low. He should be a one tap. Come on, push him. Let's go. He's right there, bro. You know he is. He's got to get the easy pick. Look, he finds it.
You should have seen your faces.
Oh my god.
Wham Kabam starting off this game and ending it absolutely magically with an ace headshot. Absolute star player of the night tonight. I'm gonna go for MVP of the tournament right now for me.
Yeah,
Wham Kabam just absolutely clapping cheeks.
Like, I was a bit, like, hesitant when he was playing Sage. But I feel like when he changed to Jet, when he made that decision, when the team made the decision to put him on Jet, he just zoned in. He just consistently fragged, pumping out results and giving his team what they need to win.
Flyzag coming in with the XDs in the chat. What's Flyzag doing over here? He's playing with his Viper Trap. We know he's incredibly good with this and never count him out of any game. He's an amazing player. Putting himself right on the front lines here, looking for the picks, playing clever, using the smoke, checking his angles, not being over aggressive, looking for info. Very unlucky.
Well, this is looking like now the attacking team have to think, what can we do? Where can we get a pick? Where can we make this into a situation we can win? And you can see that with the angles they're playing.
This
and
is what
if you
they're
look at
doing.
Reyna pushing mid. Reyna's pushing mid, but it's dangerous. If CNO pushes that and sandwiches him, this could be devastating. But he's going for kitchen control right under their noses.
This is a good play. It's a good play by Reyna. Because always having mid here is always good.
Unless breach.
30 seconds left. One enemy remaining.
And oh my god, this might be another round, but they don't think they'll expect her to be long. This might
covering
be
for a teammate while the plant goes down.
Last
Looking at the
player
wrong
standing.
angle. What angle was he holding? That was a bit.
So
That was
I have
not
this fight.
an off
10
angle
seconds
any
left.
angle. Gets the plant down anyway.
Now taking that info and he's got plant for mid, rightfully so, and he's got the weapon advantage, and I'm pretty sure he has the armor advantage as well. Yeah. So CNO is at a disadvantage here, and he's getting scared. He doesn't know where he is. He knows he's hiding somewhere, but he does not know where. He's kind of, and there you go, Persobe getting that really good time peek.
Very well played by Persobe there.
Yeah.
Missing their initial peek to cover Brimstone on the plant, but to be honest with you, the cool, calm, collected Pasobi we've seen in previous matches coming through there and just making it look easy. Clutching it out quite nicely. Weapon advantage, of course, maybe a bit more confidence, but yeah, well played by Pasobi there. Let's have a look at the scoreboard then. So, Wham Kabam coming in with a big 6-1. Ace in the first round. I think that's the first ace of the night. And the only ace of the night. It's gone to 0-2 so far, but yeah, let's see what happens on the next attacking round. Can they keep it up? Lyzag using that wall. Viper playing like a sage. Getting picked off by Wham Kabam. Wham Kabam getting aggressive now. Was feeling the motion on the ocean. Sage doing a default wall to potentially look for the plant. Oh, Cypher's holding a long angle here, but I don't know if this is going to be good. Got a lot of players on site now. This is not looking good for the defensive team. The economy is also not as good.
But again, there is still hope for the defending team. This is an attacker-sided map. You have to bear in mind. You really have to bear that in mind. This is an attacker-sided map, and you've seen the comp. You see the comp they have. They have very offensive comp. A relentless attack. They have got 4 flashes, 5 flashes.
AJ's again 2 nice clean picks here. Last one on side.
Their positioning is just perfect. They're ready to trade each other at any second. There's not an angle they're not holding that they are unable to trade. They are really working together that I feel like the defending team is really failing to keep up with.
Maybe you only have to... Yeah, totally agree. And the minimap tells you a whole different picture. I mean, if you just look at the minimap, just look at the way that they're holding the angles, the position they play, and the tightness of the team they're playing. You know, spatially they're very close to one another.
You see that everywhere on the site they're holding is being sightlined. They see everything. Blue, you see, look how many angles they're missing. It is really on another level. Like, look at that A push on the map. You can see that there's not a corner going unchecked, and they're all working together. You can see the comms are lively.
Taking the time, checking the corners, looking for the info.
This is how Valorant should be played. Rushes don't work in this game.
Oh, so a bit of info there on Lum.
Again, they get the info and they push it. This is the key. Wham Kabam getting another kill, but gets traded out. Nightmare on the eco. But Nightmare is taking damage, but he gets healed by CNO. They're gonna now go. They're falling back to play post-plant game. Roy
AJ taking point. Should probably backtrack a little bit and maybe support team with heals.
They might not be able to. They might be able to stick the defuse. I'm going to stick the defuse, and he gets the defuse. He ninja defuses it under their noses.
Oh wow, what a play with a ninja defuse coming with CNO. Sometimes you just don't need a frag, you just have to have a bigger brain. I'm not gonna lie, that was a big brain play right there. CNO actually came in with some really ballsy strats, and it paid off. That was a nice play. That was actually one of the nicest plays I've seen all night, actually, because it was just so crazy, but it worked.
Right. So now they're making a bit more of an aggressive push, which I feel is not a good idea. Because you've seen how collective the attacking team is. They'll just take advantage of this aggression. But defending team, again, have recognized this and fell back. They felt they can feel the pressure.
This is one hell of a push coming through here. This is seriously heavy. We've got a 5v4 coming straight through the mid. Sage gets traded out by Nightmares, who's doing a bit of work. Roy and Guile trying to get that brainer out of the damn equation and successfully trade. This is turned into a 3v3 situation with defenders needing to rotate back to site and lock it down, but are they gonna do the old bait and switcheroo? CNO thinking about what what he's just heard, and probably trying to figure out what the best play is here. But he's the only guy who's actually playing for the bigger brain strategy and reading this really well. I'm not gonna lie, this could be a clutch situation right now. He finds another one. He finds two. Oh, he is going in. He uses his slow, walls it off like a Sage Pro. Gets picked, but that might just be enough what his team needs. I'm not gonna lie, that was, again, CNO playing with the brain.
Exactly. So it's 1v2, but I feel like
One enemy remaining. 10 seconds left.
he might get the plant down. But he
planet.
and does not need to close anarchies, and anarchy gets it. Anarchy played that really well, sneaking under Prosobe's nose. But look, what I'm looking at is the fraggers. There is, again, there's a difference
area
between the fraggers. The two entry fraggers, you can tell they're doing the job. And it's just...
Well, let's have a look at the scoreboard. What is it? What kind of story is it telling us right now? Is a kill's that important? I don't know.
Still, I can tell you the story is going on. You can see that Wham Kabam is working with Reyna's flashes. Look at the assists. You can see that they're getting assists, and you can see Sage is doing her job. 6 assists in round, what, 5, 6? That is amazing.
Get out of my way.
You can tell that all jobs are being fulfilled. That is what you need in a good team.
Let's see what happens with this game psychologically. Are they going to start to freeze a little bit? It is a cold map. Are they going to start to play slower?
Yeah.
Whamakabam he's looking a little bit intense over there with the...
I'm gonna keep it down now. I don't think much is going to happen.
Whamakabam flying around.
Yeah, look at A-Push is starting. Something's going to happen here.
Server dart going out, finding one. That might be enough info to force a rotation. CNO holding mid.
But I feel like they're going to stick to their guns here. I think they're going to commit to it. They have the utility, but not all their players are there. It's a risky push. They're outnumbered. But
Spike down A.
Is behind them. He is on the flank. But they get the pick. It is a 2v5. They are at a disadvantage. I don't think they want to push this. Roy would be off. He does not want to lose that.
No, I totally agree.
Critical piece of equipment. That is a huge bit of economy. That is 4 rounds
30 seconds
worth of
left.
economy if you think about it.
Well, you mentioned those numbers, and I can't disagree with you.
Here.
He is taking the worth of it, though. He is making sure that he is holding angles that will not get him killed.
Last player standing.
But Roy made a really bad push. Wham Kabam getting another one. But he gets taken out by Fly Zag on the hole.
You gotta watch out for Fly Zag. You can hit those headshots. It's going to be interesting to see because Fly Zag on Breeze played really well. He was coming in with the big MVPs a lot of the time, really playing solid. And I think on this particular map, I kind of feel like I'm just trying to, I think he might be trying to work his utility, but it's not as effective. I feel like maybe the Viper wall should be going down more on the other side. He's holding B, long angle, fair enough, but this is definitely not
Spike down A.
where I think it could be better used.
Got an early pick on Roy.
Revealing area.
Quite big. That means
Found
attacking
them.
has to find the hunter. And look at that. He is seeking that second. Whereas any get, and they've got the second.
Fine, Nightmare.
Nightmare took out her Sobe. So now 5v3. They're really cracking down. AJ turning it into a 4v3. Can they get another one?
You
And
will
they
not
do.
kill my
And
ally.
it changes to a 4v3. The tables have turned.
Wow.
Anarchy
Well,
is getting... The hunt begins! Sure, he's keeping the crowd control.
Last player standing.
But the Persobe knows.
He just knows.
He just
He
knows.
just knows.
He just knows.
Basobi, obviously, just from what we've seen, very strong player, very good fragger, very effective, push in very crazy situations, and I've seen him come through some very
30
intense
seconds
stuff.
left.
Here. And he's going to save the op. He's going to hold down mid. AJ is making a really bad push, but if he oh my god, he might get behind him. He's
Oh,
trying to get a pick. This
this
is
is a-
really unfortunate. AJ has seen him. He recognized it. The Sobe has seen it and they crossed it.
I mean, yeah. I don't know what that play was. I'll be honest with you. If he had just stayed and spawned there and saved, that would have been a
That
better
would have
play.
been off. That would have gotten a lot more worth next round. Now he's lost that worth. He's lost that economy.
Yeah,
Now
let's
they
have a
don't
look at the
have
scoreboard.
an op, and that was their main reason why they're being able to hold that A. It's because they had that op on their side. They've lost the key to their A hold, and I think the attacking team is going to realize this, and they're going to push it hard. And they see he's ecoing. They're punishing the eco.
Yeah, well, it's the first time we've seen Anarchy in this game. He's top fragging on the other team, coming in maybe a little bit more fresh. The other guys have been through a lot already.
He is holding with a Marshall, so it's a bit of a pick and choose. If he whiffs, that is it. He is game over.
So
So he's
again,
really depending on this, and he gets the pick.
Spike down
that's
A.
fine, though. Anarchy with the Marshall pick, very big play.
A nightmare getting the
Enemy tag.
sheriff. There is
He needs-
pressure being put on. He's using info as pressure. It's like
Out of charges.
on their eyes,
Shock down.
on our eyes, it is them just getting pinged.
Shot down.
Imagine
Spike
the player
planted.
getting pinged. is
Revealing area.
stressful. But wham kabam holding that spike.
There they are.
Might be able to place both flank, but they do have their Viper on the flank. On the flank with a classic and a judge. Sorry.
Well, this is going to be tough for Wamakabam. Gets found by the judge from his own spawn.
Now
That's so
all
gutting. He
relies
was
on
checking it.
AJ. All cards are
No
being
charge.
placed on AJ. The pressure's on. Can he handle it? He has done.
Just
it.
needs
He
to
has
find a pick. Deny the
One
plant.
enemy
He
remaining.
does. No!
but
He didn't find the
unfortunate-
time. It's going to be a clutch. He just needed to not look for that final pick. But it's...
love how good these guys are clutching.
Thrifty.
I'm not going to lie. AJ came very close there. Unlucky play. But it's easy to do. We've all done it. You get 2 picks and you just got to hide. Well, it's going to be easy to see here because I just feel like with these pushes, I feel like Viper possibly could be maybe using her utility, her default wall, possibly more through A. I don't know what you think about that, but I think the B side is like her utility's not really being as effective there. But bearing in mind she can deny plants so easily, she should be using her big smoke bomb as well, which can deny plants on the default, which they've been planting every single time.
Another pig and Lamps. This is the attack.
Lamps.
The tables have turned. This is a little bit of a mini comeback. This is going back and forward, back and forward, back and forward. This is stressful. This is a very close game. This is what I expect in the finals here.
Well, this is the final match. The pressure is on and both teams are playing extremely well.
Just think about it. This is one match away from one of these teams being on the main roster of Intro Gaming. They are wanting to win. And they can,
My camera is
kind of get
Spike
cool
down,
t-shirts,
B.
by the way.
Well, whoever wins this will certainly deserve it.
Definitely. Only the most skilled, the most collected.
One enemy remaining.
Well, there's some big picks coming up. AJ counter fragging CNO, which is a pretty good play.
What is AJ gonna do?
30 seconds
I
left.
don't support the decision he's making here. But he has, because he is cornered. He has the pick off. He peeked that. Nothing he could do. He was wrapped around and he recognized that. He did the best he could. I respect that.
It was a difficult one to push that. I felt like that round just crumbled for the attacking team. I don't know what happened there.
Anarchy here is a beast of the op, and he is, and I think he's just a foe, and he changes, and the reason they're having such a hard time, he plays somewhere else every round. You cannot play against Anarchy, you're just getting pick after pick after pick. And look at that, they're pushing B long. He is gonna seek another pick. And they're gonna, this is really a good play by Anarchy, and see, fly baits for Vandal. Trying to make them think it's a Vandal over that. This is really big play. They flash it. He pulls back and he, yeah. He gets one. He trades. And he pushes it and he gets
Oh wait, Anarchy's saving that. That was a good push. Wall goes out by Sage. One's up top, finds a pick up top. Nightmares makes another good pick up top. Drops down.
They failed to trade. This is their... Nightmare might be able to punish them. Not going to trade them out. Okay, and then Nightmare.
Spike down
Really
B.
giving them the punishes.
Last player standing. Spike planted.
Well, Lum's gonna have to do some serious work now, but Reyna is severely lit. One tappable. Viper's got her trap down. This is gonna be a very hard one to come back from. Notroy's playing completely passive, not even in the gunfight, just using his utility to deny any kind of defuse. There we go. It's probably gonna go out by Roy. He's probably gonna pop that pretty hard, and he has. There goes the Viper bubble. Oh, swinging around each other here, playing Ring Around the Rosie. Lim gets easy pick. Yeah, there's nothing he could really do, to be honest. There's no ways he was going to clutch that unless he killed the Viper. He was never going to win that. And that's why Viper is so strong, because she doesn't even... As soon as that plant goes down, you put a utility down and boom. You just hold passive angles, you play time, you're good to go.
Look at the scores. Oh my god.
This is a bit of a jaggedy game, I'm not gonna lie. This is
stressful.
Yeah, this game is this is one of those games where you've got fraggers who are carrying, and there's some guys, everybody seems to be not playing very well on the sort of lower end of the scale.
Get out of my way.
Stressful game though, high intensity.
Yeah, like
skill level is extremely high here.
It's just the fraggers duking it out. The utility is not being like worked right now. I feel like that's the stress. The fraggers are really just desperate to get the win. So they're really pushing the entry frags. And so when it comes to clutch situation, it really just comes out.
Welcome to my world. Unavoidable.
CNO finding a very nice in the air headshot. Nightmares
Spike down A.
with a big frag. CNO getting that res, trying to solidify the situation. Taking this to a 16-5. Viper finding a very big pick. Not Roy doing really well there with that pick. Kosobi needs to get a frag. That would be amazing. He does.
Spike down A.
Sorbet has gotten out. He might be able to clutch this. The dismissal play. But he knows.
One
He
enemy
smells
remaining.
Nightmare up there and he gets him. He might be able to go for a clutch ace here.
He gets this plant down. This is very clutchable. This has turned around dramatically.
He's gotten up. He's stuck there. And I think Sobe knows. He kind of feels it. But
Spike
he's
planted.
he pulls back just in time.
Maybe use his dart and switch to a Vandal could be a possible option there. Doesn't go for the Vandal pick, decides to commit to the pistol. Nah, eventually goes for the Vandal pick in the end. This is going to be interesting. Bait's footsteps.
Right bait, so.
Scanning ahead.
There, look at that info. Just getting pumped out.
Baiting it, baiting it. Oh, well, he wouldn't be there because you had a scan him. It's going to be an interesting one. I don't think he's got time now. He needs to do something.
Now he's gonna
Concentrate, Sova.
Now he's gonna, yeah, look at this. He's playing him like a book, and he gets the ace.
Pasobe is just better, bro. He just played that so well.
Last round in the half.
Kabam. Persobe, 2 aces in 1 game, same team. This is insane.
I mean, that whole play from Pasobe was just so strong. I mean, right from the get-go, fragging for his team, keeping them in the match, when to be quite honest with you, I even said it. I said, defenders are going to win this, and Pasobe just came in and said, hell no, and absolutely aces it in. I don't even know if that was an ace. Was that an ace? Was it an ace? Oh, wow. Well, that's incredible.
I told you it was one of those situations, Rim. And
okay.
They forgot the spike. They forgot the spike.
Considering how well the frags are going out for the attacking team right now, I think that there's actually... Wow. Finds another one. Just so pumped right now.
He has got the adrenaline.
Just looking for those picks. He's playing the high angle. Catch them off guard for his wide peaks.
No, Sobe is not letting it happen. Persobe is not taking anything.
He's not allowing it to happen. He's just shutting it down every single time. Comes up
Lump
against a judge and finds a kill.
Only
It's pretty
drive,
strong.
it gets picked off by AJ. Roy is not.
One enemy
dragged it
remaining.
And Wham Kabam trading. So now they've got one on flank, but look at Persobe. He's prepared. But it's just if Anarchy could expect some support. And he doesn't. And Persobe, another free kick.
You're not going to find those ones, unfortunately. Just
Switching
rotating
sides.
back into side like that. Anarchy maybe needs to kind of eco a little bit in that situation. I don't know. Just, like, does what he wants, but yeah. Persobe coming in with some very, very strong aggressive plays right there with the Reyna.
It's going to be a war of attrition. Oh my god. That is true though. Can we call timeout, please?
Yeah. No pauses. Okay, no pause going out, so it's going to carry on. The rounds are going to...
rules are rules. I'm sorry, but it's what been laid out, and it's unfortunate, but it is...
You pee in your pants.
We got a little half humor, half round humor. So now, we've got the attacking team on the push. Cieno taking point. I'm not sure if I'm confident on a Sage being up front. Sage should be in the middle back.
She should be at the back, healing her teammates. She doesn't need to look for info. She doesn't need to throw anything out. She's actually not pushing. She's positioning herself to get the plant down quickly and effectively. She's hoping her teammates are going to support her in that regard. And I like this, using the wall effectively, looking for the plant.
Look at that. Find that. But then they are
Spike down,
spamming the
B.
smoke and they got a picker. They are now keeping the pressure on the attacking team. They are stronger on defense, and this is what it's going to come down to. If attacking team just keeps this state going,
Last player standing.
if this keeps happening on, and like this is it. They have to force. If they don't force, that's gonna be another round for the defenders, and that means it's gonna be 5-9, and that means they are gonna need an advantage, and that means what is the psychology gonna be?
Well,
That was a really, really solid retake.
from a psychological perspective, the first 2 rounds of this new half, really, to be honest with you, I don't think anyone really cares about what happens here. I mean, obviously, if you win them, you win them. That's even better. But if you lose them, it shouldn't really dent your mentality too much. You know, you're kind of, the whole point is you're kind of playing economy.
We say that here, but imagine being in a game, you're looking at the scores. You know they're gonna get to 9, possibly 10. That's
Wow.
5 rounds above you. That is gonna hurt you. You may not think it, but it does hurt your mentality, and it will give you that occasional whiff that you do not need.
Yeah, well, if you're better, you win. If you're not better, you don't win. So,
Exactly.
regardless of the scoreboard, you got to
And
play.
look at that. Fly just got picked by AJ. AJ recognizes multiple push, but he's still persistent. He takes the flash, and he is challenging Fly, but Fly's fully healed again.
This is an interesting little battle here. Sage playing some interesting strats. No one's supporting Sage. Brimstone just chilling out, putting out one of his utils, but missing the target. Complete massive rotation now taking place. They are playing this so goddamn well on this attack. Okay, this is going through very nicely so far, but it's still 5v5, still early days. Plant goes down. Oh, it's starting to trade out now, 4v4. Sage and Sage, 2 Sages out, no heals.
For an eco, they're doing good, but Wham Kabam really getting aggressive with that sheriff.
Last player
knowing
standing.
they're not going to have armor. He is
Bam,
confident they're not.
bam.
He has a feeling where Slag is, and he gets it. Another frag.
Another frag from Whamakabam's bank.
Wham Kabam and Persobe are really putting the other team in their place, punishing them for every misplay they have. And I feel like that's what's really scary, is that if you are slightly outpositioned, or you're slightly too slow for a trade, they're going to punish you for it, and they're going to make you pay for your mistakes.
So far, they have been punishing pretty effectively. Pasobe, Wham Kabam have been punishing this attack, this team just almost to near obliteration.
Here.
And and I think that reflects on the scoreboard right now. I don't necessarily feel that it's anything else apart from just the fragging potential right now is just so strong. It's just very hard to play against. Again, another headshot straight away.
Wham Kabam, stop bullying them.
I mean, you want to play with Jet and get frags, and that's what you want. This is what you expect from a Jet. And if they're not doing this, then yeah, they're not playing the Jet properly, in my opinion. But regardless of all that, he's still hitting the headshots. He's still making it look easy. Sage wall goes up. Does he find another one? No. Anarchy shuts Wham Kabam down, which is a pretty big play, actually. That's the MVP down.
Guile breached for a retake. I feel
Feeling
like
sight.
I can really position themselves good. They've planted for ramps. No one's holding for ramps. Could be bad.
Well, this is...
They have information on A.
One enemy remaining.
That retake was perfect. They played that so perfect. They could not do anything.
It was a beautiful round to watch. I'm not gonna lie. Wham Kabam coming with the early kills, and then Pasobe just stepping up and just sort of, just solidifying the situation, just locking it down a little bit more. Obviously, there was a couple more frags that came out from, I believe it was Guile and Roy, but yeah, it's one of them things, man. Frags win matches. So you can have all the strats in the world, but if you keep hitting those headshots,
yeah, it's gonna keep the pressure.
Bam just trying to put the nail in the coffin down here in the long angles with the operator. Pushing back, not playing aggressively actually, I mean, he's really not. He's just positioning. There we go. Sage wall actually coming down, locking it down. Wham Kabam finding some information up top of the container. Repositioning again. We look at this. Their whole team are pushing this way. Except for Anarchy.
So they've got a pick already, so early into the round. And AJ is really getting a bit aggressive, but
AJ's actually played really well in the mid here. I mean, for a Sage, he's actually been holding down mid quite well, to be honest with you. And that actually has forced him to play side Pasobe and Wham Kabam.
One enemy remaining.
It's just
Spike down
It's
A.
just gonna be a flawless round. It's a flawless round.
Yeah, it looks like they're locking it down now. Psychologically, I think
this is where I think the psychology is really coming in. They're really just thinking, what can we do? They've tried everything. They tried the mid push, but the pressure from Sage is too much. They try going B, but they cannot hold it, because as soon as they get on that site, they get wrapped instantly, because the speed this defender team recognizes a push. And it isn't that they over-rotate. They just know when they're going to commit and when they're going to rotate. They read them. They know how people move, and this is why it's so critical to be able to read your opponent. It's a mind game. People think it's a shoot, but it's all a mind game. Mind game.
I totally agree. I mean, right now, it's a mind game. But
look at that guy. Just
spike down mid.
Kill my ally.
Feeling sight.
He gets traded.
Pasobe Wham Kabam have been fragging so hard right now.
Probably might make something happen here. They look like close to play. He might be able to push that. As soon as this goes down, he's getting behind him. No one's watching behind him. But he has started shooting.
Last
He gets
player
one
standing.
He gets second, he gets the third.
Spike down.
He gets
B.
3 kills.
And Wham Kabam finishes it off. They're this is, I feel like this is becoming
Match point.
In my opinion, there's no coming back from this right now, but I have been wrong all night, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope this turns into a longer match. I mean, bearing in mind, look, there were some substitutions onto Team Green, and that is a big deciding factor here. We've got 2 new players who didn't play. Chemistry might not necessarily be there, might not necessarily have the confidence that they're looking for. Wham Kabam coming off of some big wins. Pasobe coming off some big wins, playing really well. They've got a lot of good support around them. Guile's playing really strong too. Pushing the attacking team into awkward positions with the breach. This all helps. Wham Kabam feeding off
Spike
of this.
down. Attacker
Early
spawn.
pick. He's trying to seek a second. He's getting a bit overconfident. They might be able to take another round, prolong it. But he's making a difficult play here, and he just glides right over them. But Nightmare shuts him right down. Nightmare is
One
not
enemy
taking
remaining.
it. And now it's a
Spike
2v1.
down, B.
He's flashed. They have info. They're right around him. He has nowhere to go. They have Spike.
I have
They
the
have
spike.
him locked. He can't go anywhere. They are holding angles.
Nightmares needs a miracle right now. He needs to keep his team in this, otherwise it's a GG. Brim trying to flush him out again, which is what I was...
One enemy remaining.
Holy crap.
But Kyle recognizes this. He knows where he's going to push.
This is big play.
He might peek him. He might wait. Shoot. But
Holy...
Nightmare might watch out. The stress is on. The stress. These people are
30
having
seconds
a mind
left.
game right now. But they're playing Ring Around the Rosie.
This is so intense. What's going to happen? Guile finds a pick.
Defenders win.
The fight is
Wins the
over.
tournament.
It just warmed up.
Locks it down for his team. Takes him to the victory stadium.
Right, so we're going to do a bit of an end game. We're going to do a bit of an overview of all the matches. And so, I'm going to let you speak first. What was your input on all this?
I mean, to be honest with you, there was a lot of substitutions that came in for Green, for Team Green, which I think was a big factor. I think Anarchy came in, he stepped up, and he actually really did really well. Flyzag, that in terms of the team, I think CNO was also subbed in. I'm not 100% sure, but all around, I think Basobi, Wham Kabam have been consistently really good top fraggers, a lot of energy playing in. AJ as well. This match doesn't do him justice. He's also very strong. Guile's extremely good support player, and obviously if you look at his KDs, he's also in there. Not Roy, didn't have the best game, but we've seen him have better games on Breeze. He played very strong. All in all, I think the right team won here, but I also think there was a lot of good players who played extremely well we weren't in the winning team. Exactly. And I think that there's it's not up to me to decide who goes into the next team or makes the qualifiers for the roster. That's not my job, but it's been an amazing night. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been great casting with you. What's been your view?
I'm going to quickly. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about something else right now, but the VOD. So the game, definitely the right team won. I am confident that even though they had substitutes, that is still the error, because this is not a tournament to see who just wins the tournament. This is a tournament to decide which team is going to be most suited to becoming the main roster of the intro. And this really, and if they have substitutes, that just shows that the team did not have the right mentality. They did not have players that were really well enough. And I'd rather have a team that fell apart and did not become the roster. And it is sad for the players that did commit in that team. But it is the team that works together, sticks together, and does not give up is the one that's going to prevail 9 out of 10 times. And you could really see that with the teams that were playing here. The trading was good. They were all on the same page. You could see they're all holding each other's backs. They relied on each other, and they were currently clutching. They were relaxed. They knew what was going on. They singled out the ones. They did everything right, and that's just it's how it is. And
I think all the teams played really well. I think
exactly.
They could have been, in my opinion, just watching all the games tonight. Obviously, this is only based on what we've seen tonight, but I feel like there could have been more utility of smokes. I feel like the smokes were very underutilized in these games, and I don't feel like a lot of the players were actually playing around smokes as effectively as they could have done. Didn't see Brimstone featured in any of the games, and I felt like there was the mindset, I believe, that I saw mainly was fragging potential, like who can frag. And there was a lot of fraggers out there. There was a lot of people getting a lot of kills. I wouldn't say carrying their team, because that's like a term that is very small brain in my opinion. I think it's like, Brimstone, for example, Breach, for example, was flushing out a lot of enemies in a lot of weirdly awkward situations, which was making it really easy for a lot of the duelists to actually get in there and frag, which is exactly where I think it was good. But I think on some of the attacking rounds, especially a Team Red, I think they could have maybe used a little bit more cover. They could have used a little bit more
I feel like the fraggers
different players.
did kind of take over. I feel like in the winning team, I felt like the fraggers did take over a little bit. They kind of took. I felt like the teamwork kind of collapsed a little bit. There was still teamwork. They're still covering each other's backs, but definitely the fraggers got a little bit carried away.
Yeah.
And it was how it was.
Yeah, no, it was a good night and all in all, and obviously it was really good to have the chat come in, and I can see Wham Kabam is in here. So it's been a good night for everybody. It's been a good night for us as broadcasters, and obviously it's been it's been a privilege and an honor to obviously broadcast the game. So with all that said, is there anything else we need to add to this? Or
I think we've covered everything. I think we'll talk to chat probably a bit of 5 minutes of discussion with chat. So
Yep.
it'll be a bit of a delay for them, but we'll ask. What did you guys think of our performance? I want a bit of critique, because this is obviously me and his first time. I feel like.
Yeah.
What do you think about the tournament? What did you think about what we did for you guys? You changed it's on blue versus green.
Oh, is it? All right, my bad.
Yeah.
I don't even know who it's supposed to be now, so no.
It's
it should be
red team one. You need
red
to keep
team.
that up. Yeah. I don't want the boss to get a little bit angry and then take our breaks away again.
Yeah. Oh well,
anyway.
look, I'm gonna get rid of that anyway, because it doesn't really make any difference.
Yeah,
I mean, we know who won. Obviously, they, as far as I'm concerned, that team
AJ's
played.
going to communicate with chat. No, you're not. AJ, step down.
Yeah, well played, AJ. Obviously, you guys did a great job. The glorious leader, thank you guys. You guys did great. Really appreciate that.
I appreciate it. It's just
yeah, we did actually wake up this morning and really kind of spend like hours getting this sorted out. So I have literally spent all day doing this. We had to set up everything from scratch, 100%. So, obviously, I know his name is Lazy, but he hasn't been lazy at all.
Green team run.
Yeah.
Hey, we're still streaming.
Yeah, big players from Green Team. I mean, obviously they did come in with the big W's, so big shout out to the guys who played in there. I don't think this actually is the right one. I feel like the names on here aren't right. I don't even know. I don't see. Maybe these are their first names. I don't know. But yeah, well done to Green Team. You guys you put on a really, really good performance tonight.
Lazy Hour, remember you for these strange nicknames, buddy. By the way, you did pretty well. Maybe you just work on those camera angles. Yeah, we actually we discussed this in our break. We're gonna be fixing that. I think we're gonna talk about getting someone dedicated to cameras.
Yeah, because we've had to do that all ourselves.
So we were like kind of operating our cameras. Pretty much, we had a plan. So he was operating cameras, commenting while I was commenting as well. While I was watching his stream, but his stream was laggy. So then I had to like look around and try to speak from my perspective. I didn't know if I was in sync of his one.
Yeah, you did really well, bro. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, obviously, I was hosting the actual like stream from my from my side. This is where the tournament was hosted. But then yeah, for you to the commentary and everything was good, and it's our first time doing this for you guys. So hopefully,
I enjoyed it. Like
it was good enough.
For first time, I've loved it. Anyway, Wama Kabama, you're still Wama Kabama, even though you had an ace.
Yeah. No, it was good fun. We had some good laughs. There was so much action. It was kind of hard to kind of like keep up with everything that happened. Especially obviously when you're hosting, casting, and having to obviously do all the camera angles. But I don't mind doing it in the future. I just need to get better at doing it. I did get asked to do this yesterday.
Yeah. I felt like we engaged and we kept the chat going. I don't think there was ever a time we were very silent, which I feel that's a big point. I think I'm pretty proud of. So
yeah, exactly.
anyway,
We kept the juices flowing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we could probably say that was a really good first tournament that we all had. A lot of us, you know, collaborated. You know, Architect, myself, Lazy. You know, we've been working on getting this all sorted for you guys. So, you know, big shout out to the guys in the background, and big shout out to all the players who played. And you know, it doesn't matter. It's not really about winning or losing. We're all on the same team here.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
we're all part of the same community, part of the same squad, and you know, what makes us stronger makes all of us stronger. So, well done to everybody.
The last thing before we end, everyone who played, you're gonna get a big kiss. Come here, Daddy Lazy's gonna give you a kiss.
Daddy Lady come in with the big smooches.
Big smooches for everyone. Anyway,
Yeah.
it was a good stream. I loved watching you all play. Many plays were made. 2 aces in the last final. That pushed me over the edge. It was amazing. I love you all. Good games. Good night.
Well done, everybody. Have a good evening. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out from Matrix Star Plays, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Bye-bye.
I think that's it, bro. I think we shut it down now. Yeah, we made the roster for casting everything.
That was fun. I love that.